Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Tuesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer Mark the Shark General. We have navigated our way here to a Tuesday. Crowned a Stanley Cup champion last night. What's going on, man? Good to talk to you.
I got a Stanley Cup champion, got an NCAA champion in baseball.
Yep.
A couple of fantastic games going on last night. It, just good till the last drop. Keeps you engaged. I wanted to pull a ripcord on the hockey. I wanted to go to bed.
It's a one-goal game. Can't do it.
Yeah, it stayed locked in till the very end. So it was really good stuff. Really enjoyed it. Fun. Just a little tired today. But now we've officially wrapped up the 2023-2024 sports seasons, if you will.
Of course, man. Yeah, so we got that going for us, which is nice. Other than that, how was your Monday? All right?
It was good. It was a really good Monday, yeah. Had some stuff going on. Swimming last night up in Worthington Hills. Got to talk to our guy Schlegel. I mean, it was fun. Just had run around, got a little nap. Feel like I'm going to need another one today because I'm so tired from this. But got some XM this afternoon with Hester. But it was good. It was good, man. Yeah, I was just glad the game lived up to its billing. Kind of felt myself pulling for Edmonton a little bit. Like, Connor McDavid's a real likable guy.
Yeah, he's a superstar, and he's a nice fellow.
Yeah. I mean, Florida scored first. They both scored very quickly in the first.
So it was 1-1 in the first, 7 minutes of the game?
Yeah, that was a heck of a... They call that a dirty tipper beam to start the game off.
Mm-hmm.
And
the first goal was so imperative.
It was, because I felt like if Edmonton scores first,
it takes the air out of that entire place.
And Bob goes into
shell shock.
He's going to counseling at that point. Like, psychologically, he'd been a wreck.
He was good last night.
I mean, to say he stood on his head, I don't know what the shot count was in the third period, but man, he was London in World War II.
He was under siege.
He was getting bombed, buddy, and he stood in there and stopped some. And when you get Connor McDavid with the puck 3 feet in front of your goal, and he doesn't get a goal out of it, that's pretty darn impressive.
Yeah, for sure it was.
Defense was great for him, too.
Oh, it was really good. It was as good as Game 7 as you want, right? I mean, 2-1 game.
Yeah.
Heading into the last minutes, 1-goal game a pop, seeing what everybody can do. I mean, Draisaitl and McDavid playing seemed to be 12 minutes in the third period.
Mm-hmm.
They were just, at all costs, point to the sign. Like, we're our big dogs. We need to be out on the ice for it.
They go to that power lineup, man. They just ran out of gas. But Draisaitl and McDavid, they were good. They were good. And I forgot that McDavid had 3 MVPs already. Gosh, he's a good heck of a player.
Oh, yeah, he's terrific. He won the Conn Smythe, too. I mean, after the team lost, he's the first skater, only the second skater in NHL history to do that. Other ones have been goalies. So, see your boy with Lordo up there too, with the gloves on. He had a nice cameo at the very beginning of the game too, talking about he's kept. It was a really cool story. He's kept all of the gloves that he has ever worn handling the trophy, and he dumped them all out on his kitchen table. He's like, if these gloves could talk, he's like, they would write a really interesting book.
That's tremendous. That is tremendous.
Yeah, it was really cool. We'll have to watch it. I'll pull it up during one of the breaks so we can watch that intro. It was pretty solid. We got an awesome show lined up for you here this morning. Pressure is a privilege. That seems to be the mantra this year for the Buckeyes. We'll get into that coming up here in our next segment. They stay hot on the recruiting trail. Another big commitment from them yesterday. Schlegel was gassed from the weekend last night. We had a chance to talk to him. His cell service was not very good. So Shark did an excellent job working on that this morning. You're going to hear from him coming up here at 6:35, top of the 7 o'clock hour. Sharky, Cavs get a new coach. You're going to grade that. Your immediate hot takes on the Cavs. New head coaching front. We'll get into that in the top of the 7 o'clock hour. Then a busy 7 o'clock hour as well. Buckeye Lathan Ransom, he's going to pop in. We'll talk some things with him, do a little stuff as Lathan continues to prep for what is his final season at Ohio State. Summer workouts right now, getting ready to go here as they turn the page into the month of July. So Lathan's going to join us for a couple of segments. In the 7 o'clock hour, we'll replay Schlegel at 8:05, and then Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us as he does every single Tuesday, coming up here at 8:35. Before we get into anything else today, it is Tuesday, the 25th day of June, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Roberto, what do you got lined up for us this morning, buddy?
Oh, here we go. It is Tuesday, June 25th, the 177th day of the year, 189 days remaining in 2024. It's a 12-day split, being 6 days from now. We'll be heads up on the year and running downhill.
Turn the sands of time over.
Years over.
Basically.
This state, 1788, Virginia becomes the 10th state to ratify the U.S. Constitution, becoming the 10th state part of the United States. 1876. This was a rough one for General George Armstrong Custer. That old little bighorn beam, him and the 7th Cavalry wiped out by 5,000 Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho Indians, led by Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse. He was warned that they had a large force. Did not heed the warnings. Did not go well for him.
No.
The state, 1947, The Diary of a Young Girl is published, later to become known as The Diary of Anne Frank. 1940, France officially surrenders to Germany. So they, until D-Day, were occupied by the German forces for about a solid 4 years there. 1950, the beginning of the Korean War as North Korea invades South Korea.
You ever looked at a map of the Korean War and how close South Korea was to losing that?
Oh, they got pushed
all the way down.
All the way down to the sea. They were backed up to the ocean. Then MacArthur drove them all the way to the Chinese border and wanted to go all the way in. He was prohibited to doing so by Truman. He was ripped of his command. And then said Beam, an old soldier never dies. He just slowly fades away.
Yep.
1967, All You Need Is Love premieres on TV to 400 million people watching. Beatles doing some big stuff.
Shark, do you have that in the dad for us?
I can't play it, Beam.
He's prohibited. He's prohibited. Oh, that's a good job.
I feel like that was a pretty good job.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad out of you, Beam.
Thank you.
In his first game in the major leagues, the father of the greatest home run hitter of all time,
Bobby
Bonds, hits a grand slam in 1968 with
foreshadowing.
With the Giants. Think about that. First Major League Baseball game. Getting that done. Bobby Bonds should have known. This day, 1988, Cal Ripken plays his 1,000th consecutive game. And then on this date, 1997, it was the birth of professional hockey in the NHL in Columbus. Yes, we had the chill, but I won't count them quite as much, as the NHL announces expansion to Nashville in 98, Atlanta in 99, and Columbus in Minnesota in 2000.
From 6 to 30, the NHL has expanded exponentially since the original 6 doubled in 1967. The NHL will form a 6-division format divided into 2 conferences, Eastern and Western. The order for joining the league begins with Nashville in the 98-99 season. Phase 2 begins in 1999 when Atlanta, not the Flames, joined the Southeast Division of the Eastern Conference. By the turn of the century, expansion will be complete with Columbus and Minnesota, not the North Stars, entering the league. Columbus, the city, not the man who disproved the world was flat, starts play in the Northeast Division. They'll switch divisions with Toronto the year after they first make the playoffs, but no later than 2003, no matter how bad they are.
There we go.
It's a young Rich Eisen.
Absolutely. Very, very young. Back when he was still with ESPN. Some birthdays. George Orwell, the famous author, Animal Farm, 1984, wrote a ton of good works. Some of it is coming to fruition right in front of us, Beam. I was born on this date, 1933. Or 1903, rather, sorry. Born in 1928, the man with one name known as Peo, who created the Smurfs.
Oh.
Yeah, created the Smurfs, did a lot of the voices for him as well.
Peyote?
Maybe that's it.
I don't think it's peyote. I think that's another name for ayahuasca.
Yeah, well, I'll have to figure that. Peo, the Belgian author and illustrator.
Right. Nice.
Just one name, like Cher.
I like a one-name person.
Oprah, McLovin. all the greats.
Fred, Ronaldinho,
Absolutely.
Neymar, Pele.
And former NBA star, NBA champion with the New York Knickerbockers. Born in 1942, passed away last year. Willis Reed, So would be celebrating a birthday for him, be his 80th. Unfortunately, did not make it. Carly Simon turning 81 today, as well as Sonia Sotomayor turning 70, the Supreme Court Justice. Ricky Gervais, funny guy,
funny man,
creator of The Office, turning 63 today.
Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards. I'm Ricky Gervais, thank you. No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer, and it's still more fun than this. Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
That was quite the opening monologue from him.
Yeah, that's pretty darn.
The show Afterlife with him in it is very good. I've watched it. It's very dark and is very funny.
Sounds pretty dark based upon the description.
It's very good.
And it's still more entertaining than this. Spoiler, that's the spoiler alert.
He did the whole, that was like his whole shtick during that montage. He's like, I don't care. He's like, this is my last time doing this. I don't care what you have to say.
There you go. I mean, it's very liberating going up there telling jokes, knowing that it doesn't matter what they are and how they land. Del Curry, father of Steph Curry, longtime NBAer himself and sharpshooter, turning 60. And Dikembe Mutombo, the finger wagger, turning 58. Some passing. Jacques Cousteau passing away on this date, the famed oceanographer in 1997. And one of Shark's favorites, Michael Jackson, passing away on this day, 2009.
Is it really appropriate for a 44-year-old man to share a bedroom with a child who is not related to him at all?
That's a beautiful thing.
That's not a worrying thing?
Why should it be worrying? Who's the criminal? Who's Jack the Ripper in the room? This is a guy trying to help heal a child. I gave him the bed, and I'm on the floor in the sleeping bag.
Did you ever sleep in the bed with them?
No. But I have slept in the bed with many children. I sleep in the bed with all of them. When Macaulay Culkin were little, Kieran Culkin would sleep on this side, Macaulay Culkin's on this side, his sister's in there. We're all just jamming the bed.
Thanks for finding that for us, Shark. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. You know what? This is Shark's last year about as well, so he doesn't care either, like Ricky Gervais.
Oh, Bob, we all have skeletons in the closet.
Or in the bed. Yeah. I don't know.
Michael just told the world about his.
It's the beautiful thing, Shark.
I gotta go back and watch that entire interview.
Do you really want to do that, though?
No, I think I heard enough right there.
Macaulay Culkin and his sister.
Yeah, and Kieran and his brother.
There you go. All of them. Why not? Some holidays observances today. It is Color TV Day, Day of the Seafarer, Global Beatles Day, Mitch Lane Day, National Catfish Day, National Columnist Day, National Strawberry Parfait Day, Statehood Day in Virginia as well. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. Tuesday, June 25th, the 177th day of the year with a mere 189 days remaining this 2024.
Good job of that, Bob. As always, pressure is a privilege. That seems to be the mantra this year for the Buckeyes. We'll get into that coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Heading out the door, be prepared for a little bit of a slowdown. Construction on US 33 eastbound between State Route 245 and US 36 blocks your left lane, so traffic there may be a little bit slow. The early commute, though, doesn't look too bad. On the south side, 270 at Lockbourne Road, traffic volumes are just beginning to build here, but you're moving okay in either direction. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Custom Air. This is the time of year when you can get sunburn and frostbite in the same week. Don't let your house feel the same. Be prepared. Schedule an appointment today at CustomAirColumbus.com.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus
Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
I'm Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Come play Skyline's 75th Coney Hunt game. Use your phone to search for virtual conies, tap to collect coins, and redeem them for exclusive Skyline merchandise at participating Skyline restaurants for a limited time. Details at SkylineChili.com/Coney Hunt.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. When it comes to your roof, there's only one team to call, and that's the team at Newman Roofing. They're professionals. They'll be with you to support you throughout the whole process from the first phone call to the end. You'll work with their great team, so go check them out. Newman Roofing, the company you can trust. 614-NEW-ROOF or NewmanRoofing.com.
Hello, loyal listener. Make sure to spend your summer with a fan. Are you going on a road trip? Don't suffer through the bad playlists and hillbilly radio stations. Download the Fan app and take us with you. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey there, friends. Beau Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus, the home of the best blended whiskey in America. Support local and grab a bottle at your local liquor store right now. But they don't just make whiskey. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. High Bank teamed up with 614 to launch your new favorite go-to, 614 Vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. There's no taste like home with 614 Vodka. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
Beech leaf disease is contributing to the significant decline of beech trees. Since its discovery, BLD has spread rapidly in the northeastern United States. Beech leaf disease first presents itself as banding between the veins of the leaves and progresses to canopy decline. There are several products that have proven to be effective at controlling beech leaf disease that are labeled for use in Ohio. For more information, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It's our absolute favorite place to go for that live VIP sportsbook experience. 12,000 square feet of sportsbook action. 2 huge walls of TVs, not to mention delicious food and drink. But your experience can be even better if you download the Penn Play app.
Yep, you can get up to $140 in rewards. It's so easy, dummies like us can do it. Got to download the free Penn Play app today and cash in your bonuses. Plus, you never know, and you'll see Man and I lurking around.
I'm lurking. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ohio's public schools are safe, welcoming learning environments where everyone can thrive. No exceptions. Thanks to the nearly 120,000 public school educators in the Ohio Education Association. We are dedicated professionals who deserve respect, a living wage, and a seat at the table when decisions are made. And we're using our united voice to demand the supports and resources our students need to succeed. Because in Ohio, public education matters.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A dry start to the morning with about a 20% chance of afternoon showers. Temperatures will get up to about 88 today. Tonight we get down to 70 degrees under partly cloudy skies. And then on your Wednesday, look for some heavy rain developing by the afternoon. There could be some small hail and gusty winds. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment, around 6:35, Anthony Schlegel, he's going to make his weekly appearance. He pulled over at a rest area last night. He was like, "Oh, it's the best service that I have down here," and then his service was not very good.
Yeah, if I would have known, I just would have said, we'll just wait until you get all the way home.
He couldn't have been that far away from home.
No, I mean, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. That should have been the call, but Shark was able to piece it together.
Yeah.
We'll see. Shark, how long did we end up getting Schlegels for yesterday?
8 minutes and 46 seconds.
That sounds about right. I figured it's close to 9.
Yeah. We only talked to him for 10 minutes, so.
Yeah, that'll be good. Well, good job, Shark, piecing that together.
The real question is, how long did it take you to piece that together this morning?
Oh, my gosh. Half hour, probably.
There's a lot of ins and outs there.
Yeah, because you got to do it in real time. You got to. It's not like you can skip ahead. You got to listen to the whole thing to make sure it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Why do you have to make sure it makes sense? Most of what Schlegel says doesn't make sense at all.
Good point.
So it seems to be the Buckeyes have a new mantra this year. You've heard this a lot. You've been in the building. Pressure is a privilege, right? And I saw that Dom Taberi caught up with James, and I don't know where this was at, Bob. I don't know if it was at the Chris Fields outing. I don't know if it was at maybe the coaches golf outing that you were at last week. But here was James just talking about what this year is and the amount of talent that they have.
This was like outside of his house.
Was it?
Or so, this was not.
It looked like to me that it was like outside of the Ohio outside of the Ohio State golf
You're right.
course.
That is outside in the semicircle. As I was looking, I couldn't put the backdrop. It's outside of where the backdrop is, right there, the semicircle as you go through.
Yeah, right on the left side. Putting green's right behind James.
Gotcha.
So this was him just talking about.
Bob was out there lurking around in the parking lot.
Hey, we're gonna get James on. This was James just talking about how this team is with the talent stack. Obviously, you had Urban's comments a couple of weeks ago, like it's the most talented roster that they've ever had. You've had some more comments about that. Here was James just kind of talking about that entire situation.
I remember going into 2006, ranked number 1 in the country. There is pressure with that, but pressure is a privilege, so you have to be able to go and attack it. We keep hearing about, we're a really talented team. Talent doesn't win national championships. I think some of the most talented teams in Ohio State history never won it all. I think about the 2005 team that I was a part of was the most talented team out of the 4 years that I was at Ohio State. You think about 15, probably more talented than 14. You think about 2019. So there's been a lot of talented teams that didn't, host a national championship. For us, we have to be the toughest team, and I think that's physically and mentally. There's going to come games where things aren't going well, and you just got to find a way to get through and to win those things, and at the end, stay healthy and hopefully have a chance to win it all.
I made a really good point there. Really good points. Named all the teams over the past 20 years or so that were more talented than the teams across them and didn't hoist a national championship.
Oh, that happens all the time. I mean, that's always the case. Like, you have to be good and have some luck to be able to get it done. And not even luck, but also you've got to have, connectivity. There has to be the work and doing all of those things still doesn't guarantee your success. And like James said, that the 05 team was probably the most talented team that I was a part of when I was at school here as well. And we lost a game to the eventual national champion on the margins here at home. I mean, there's a handful of plays that if they break the other way, we beat the team that wins the national championship. So you can extract what you want from that, of what that ultimately looks like. I would have loved to have played them again. I thought we were playing better at the end of the year. I would have loved to have played USC had we beaten Texas, because I thought we would have beaten them. But, I mean, that's the reality. It's not what happened. So
you can even go back to the flip side and look at the 2002 national championship team. Look at Miami.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right?
I wasn't, and the 02 team was maybe the third most talented team I was on.
Yeah.
And you find a way to get it done. And so that's just how it works. And it's a tough situation, obviously, but that's the harsh realities of sports, especially at the high level.
Pressure is a privilege does seem to kind of be their mantra this year. I've heard it a lot come out of that building so far.
To be put in that situation where people have those expectations of you, so that's where the privilege comes in, because there's a reason why those expectations are being placed upon this team, because they have the players, they have a phenomenal coaching staff, and this year more than they have had in years past, they're very experienced. And experience is a painful teacher, and they've learned some painful lessons over the years. And so you're hoping that those painful lessons help come to fruition this season, and some of the stuff that maybe caused heartache and heartbreak and different things along the way, it's going to put you in a better mindset, and you'll have an increased knowledge to be able to handle some of those situations now.
I wish that had a meter on like most heartbreaking losses, because like in the moments that you go back and like you look at the 15 team,
there's some pretty devastating
the
ones.
Michigan State loss at home, at the death, kicker running, doing the air guitar, right down to the south stands.
Oh yeah, it's brutal.
That was brutal in the moment, just for everything, because you look at that 2015 team, like, yeah, it was more talented than the 2014 team. The 2014 team was loaded. It was just those guys had an extra year, really, of experience. That was brutal. You go back to the 2019 team, right? Chris Olave breaks off the route. Fields has him, and there was a miscommunication there. Like, you can't get over the hump. You can't beat Clemson. What happens in the title game that year? I don't know. That's the LSU year. That would have been quite the heavyweight.
They've been tough, but they were the next best team. They were the one team that was equipped and built to be able to handle those receivers better than anyone else.
Go back to even just a couple of years ago, C.J. Stroud on the Georgia game, right? Like, look at that team. That team was mega talented. Couldn't get over the finish line. And then on the flip side, again, the 0-2 team, look at that 0-2 Miami team and how you kind of set them back a couple of decades.
Oh, they're done. They haven't been the same since they lost.
No, they haven't.
So, like, all of those things happen. That 0-2 Miami team was one of the most talented teams in college football history. They didn't win it. They lost to a team that was...
It's hard.
It's really hard. You've got to come out and execute in the biggest moments, and it's hard to really maintain that edge the entire season. And hopefully when you have guys coming back with a commonality of purpose, like a shared vision, which is what they have now, that you can feel that and understand that. So hopefully... that will help drive them through, because really what you need is, you don't need that for the biggest moments. You don't need it for the biggest games. You need it for the random Tuesday in June. You need it for the random Thursday in February. You need it for the random, walk through meetings in camp or on a week where it doesn't seem like the opponent's all that great when you're 8-0 and you lose a game that you shouldn't lose. Like those
when
are
you're
the
just
times.
Trudging.
Those are the times, Beam. Like you said, when you're in the middle of it and it seems like you're in this endless hike, that's when hopefully all those painful experiences will come back and remind you of what the pain of loss feels like.
How about this? Buckeyes continue to roll on the trail. Larry Johnson did it again. Successful visit over the weekend. 4-star Alabama 2025 defensive end Zion Grady pulled the trigger and committed to Ohio State yesterday. Larry Johnson offered Zion Grady in February, shortly after the 6'4", 235-pound product decommitted from Alabama following Nick Saban's retirement. Grady took 2 visits to Ohio State, one in May and the other one this past weekend, where he was sold on the Buckeyes' developmental plan for him. OSU faced fierce competition from Auburn, Florida State, Tennessee, and Miami for Grady's commitment, but the Buckeyes won out in the end. I was reading that at 11 Warriors from Garrett Hodge. 2025 class, 6'4", 235 out of Alabama. You go down there and poach someone away. I don't care if Nick Saban's left. Like, we talk about keeping in-state guys here and doing a nice job. Like, you went down to the hunting grounds of Alabama and Auburn and plucked a guy out of that neck of the woods to come up here.
That's big time. The fact that he is in Alabama, defensive end, big-time edge rusher, something that you need, like that is a huge, huge get for Larry.
Schlegel. He's going to appear with us. He had a pretty wild weekend. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Early commuters are moving pretty well on the main roads and freeways. Traveling on 71 from Polaris Parkway to 70. No delays there. It's just an 11-minute drive today. You're moving pretty well on 670 eastbound from 70 to 270. That's a 9-minute drive. Keep in mind, we do have some areas of construction, but this morning I'm not seeing backouts. You'll just want to be prepared to adjust your speeds. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Glow Fiber. Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic business internet solutions, call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today.
Your roof took a beating from winter storms, spring rain, and sun damage. Call Legacy Roofing Services before that crack or seam becomes a major leak, costing thousands of dollars. Call Legacy today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
Eliminate carbon and varnish deposits with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up. A clean fuel system can increase performance and fuel economy. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for just $9 and get 2 times O Rewards points. In-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The best of two leagues meet again this summer. Catch the stars of MLS and Liga MX as they show off their skills at the 2024 MLS All-Star Skills Challenge presented by AT&T. Tuesday, July 23rd at Lower.com Field. Tickets start at $25. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and this is my favorite time of the year in Columbus, Ohio. It's summertime, so that means I can go out and lay by the pool, play in the pool with my kids, go play a little bit of golf, run on the track, hike, jog, do whatever I like. But that wasn't the case a couple of years ago. I had joint pain, I had knee problems, and that's from many years of playing professional football. So what did I do? I went to QC Kinetics, and you know what? I brought my dad there. We went there, we talked to him. We looked at their non-surgical procedures that required no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. And since then, my knee's been feeling good. My dad's received relief as well. Their advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and allow it to restore and repair the most damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, and do the things you love again, just like I can. They're under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. So go check them out. Don't wait any longer. Go to QCKinetics/Columbus or give them a call at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Are you thirsty for Buckeye football? Join the Fan's Timmy Hall as he digs around the archives to bring you classic matchups from yesteryear. That's right, yesteryear. Buckeye Replay.
Every Saturday at 1 starting July 6th.
The Fan.
At Hollywood Casino Columbus, you're always in the driver's seat. Don't miss our $50,000 trucker cash giveaway at Hollywood Columbus. Pick between driving off in a brand new 2025 Ram 1500 or $40,000 in Penn slot play or $30,000 in cash. Grand prize awarded on Saturday, June 29th. Earn entries on your slot and table gameplay all month long. For more information, visit HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and have you back on the road faster than it takes for your fancy designer half-calf, heavy cream, no-whip, mocha latte to get cold. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Austin Ward here with a question for you. Did you take Awaken 180 up on the offer to drop 40 pounds by the 4th? If you did, next week you'll reach the goal. Congrats! If you didn't, call Awaken 180. Why not do it now? Fast weight loss, easy weight loss, and then free support for life.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer and Shark love baseball. Bobby wants to murder Rob Manfred with his bare hands. See? A little something for everyone. This is Morning Juice.
Cruise along here, Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up in our next hour, around 7:20 this morning, we'll be joined in studio by Buckeye safety Lathan Ransom. Talk all things going on with him, what's going on inside the program, and of course other things happening as well. Buckeye safety Lathan Ransom, he's going to join us coming up here in the next hour. He's going to hang out for a couple of segments with us. For now, Schleg Day.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
Heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Check with our good friend, Anthony Schlegel. Schlegs, happy Tuesday, buddy. What's happening?
What's cropping in Columbus? Oh, my goodness. So many things happened over this last weekend.
Well, tell us.
I was exhausted this morning as I woke up at 5 a.m. Steph and Faith and Sam came in to add the JR Memorial. which is a fantastic event up at Indian Lake. Bob, you were there. There's a lot of guys. Coach Truss was there. J.J. Sullinger, Aaron Kraft, Terrence Stiles, Dane Sanzenbacher. There was a lot. There's a lot of guys. Anyways.
Don't forget the current guys, too, Schlegs. I mean, you had Ty Lee.
I was going to mention that. Hey, time out. I was going to say, again, all the proceeds benefiting the James Cancer Hospital, and it's a Buckeye Cruise event, something they've been doing for a long time. Actually, that event in and of itself, again, a small little town, right? Raising over, $2 million in change over the course of their time. It was fantastic. And then we had Tyleek and Ty Hamilton and Trevion came out and showed their support as well. So it was great to see the young guys. And again, as you go and you talk to them, and I was able to talk to them, they just tell them, hey man, I just wanted you to know, I really appreciate you going out there. That event raised over $200,000 and all that money is going back to the James. And I was able to even tour the James, I think it was Friday, and really humbling experience. And Dr. Schuler, who built the first part of that, we were reminiscing stories about him training in there when we played. Yep. He's still doing that to this day. But just to be able to go around, fight cancer, and help people, the Buckeye Cruise, and then just the patience. I mean, I have been impacted by it personally in my family. And it's one of the things where I had a cousin that was at the James, and then my sister, I called up Doc and he talked to Dr. Pollock, and it was more like I just want to make sure that she's on the right plan. You know what I'm saying? I trust you guys. I know you're the best. So can you just look it over? It's yeah, this is exactly what needs to be done. That's reassuring. But other people in my family have had breast cancer and stuff, but just going around and seeing all those things, it's good to do, not just to remind you as to why you do what you do, but that, you roll up in that parking lot, man, and it's people's lives that are impacted on a daily basis. And you don't see that because we're not there on a day-to-day basis. Right. So God bless the people that are in there working on it. And again, if you've never been on the Buckeye Cruise, please go to their website, book a room, get involved, go to one of the small events. And it's also I bring our kids, Bob, you brought our kids, not necessarily on the cruise, but to the events that we do. And my son, God bless him, he is just over there nagging all the time. I said, hey, bro, why do we do this today? Why does Dad have no problem putting some money here or there at an event like this? And his first thing was because you love me. I was like, I do love you, but that's not why. It's for this. And Tracy Kearns, who we've known for a long time, that's the beauty of the Buckeye Cruise and the relationships. She's in her own battle right now, actually second time within a year. And to go and support her, I was that's why we do what we do. But he's I see, I get it, right? And again, when you have children, you just got to keep reinforcing that message that it goes back to you with people, and you always got to serve other people, man. So it was a great event, and I was kudos to those guys for coming and showing up and being open, right? There's one thing about showing up, but there's another thing about showing out, right? And being personable, and they definitely were that. And then we had the Buckeye Country Concert Superfest, which is another thing that they auctioned off. I was they're comfortable if I'm standing at a concert for 8 hours and my feet don't hurt. I'm boom, that's a win. Charge that to winning. So it was great. It was great. No, I was exhausted today, let me tell you. But I still brought it, though.
Do you think you'd be more tired, Schlegs, after that or after doing 12 intervals on the fan bikes?
Oh, shoot, man. Well, it was just because I got home so late. I only slept 4 hours before I had to go in. That's why I was so exhausted. Those intervals on those fan bikes, when you're just, especially competition, good versus good. And Bob, those would have been great events for us back in the day. I love those bikes, but I probably would be gassed. You just said 12. That is an ungodly number right there. Just knowing what you have to do to spill on one of those for 10 seconds max effort. 3-to-1 rest ratio. That's bumpy. But I'd probably be more gassed doing the bikes, standing around and being joyful, that's pretty simple. Doing those bikes, those Road Echo bikes, that's bumpy.
He is Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Bob said you had some travel issues getting in. Is there any truth to that?
My family did, yeah. So my wife was trying to get us, she just wanted to see me. They called the standby list while they were deboarding the plane. We called you 3 times. Can you not see that I was on the plane, that I'm here? They're no, we gave them away. So then they end up getting in at 1:30 in the morning. So again, charge it to winning sometimes, and my daughter's the best because she's just like, Mom, like being upset's not going to help anything. Just like go with the flow. Let's go get some food. Like just totally calm. And yeah, but it's good, man. It's good. Got a great week. Got a lot of training ahead. Got the Armory is popping, doing some great things, and changing lives, serving people, man. That's what we do.
I mean, we're getting that turf put down at the Armory. Is that what we got going on this week?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that we got, we're just, we're doing our athletes, our Armory Sports Performance area, and then it'll be 6,000 square feet of turf and 8 different racks. But it's a good space. It's going to be multi-purpose. But really, what it really does for us is it allows us to really maximize our group fitness room because, again, regardless of where you are, if you're a Shield member, you get group fitness. So when somebody comes in, they want a lifestyle change, you have an area and a place and classes. We haven't really had that. We've been kind of sharing it. It's been kind of a Band-Aid, but really starting in July, going to blow that up to where everybody has some, actually put out a survey pretty soon about what do people actually want to do and when can do it. So that way I can make sure that it's all appropriate. And I was actually in there the other day, really in July, as we go and really move the needle on this thing. I've created a menu for people that I'm going to start putting out to where it's, like the Shield lifestyle, but it's, hey, here's your work, here's your life, here's your nutrition, here's your training, here's your recovery. Then you pick and choose how you do it, right? Again, everything has to be measured, right? And so you can't manage it.
You can't just hawk Tui and spit on that thing.
You gotta be, you just don't want to throw it on the wall. You want to make sure that it sticks. And, so it's, again, people have to own, you have to own your own training. You have to own your own recovery. You have to own. People also forget that sleep and nutrition are the number one ways of doing that, right? That's the greatest lifestyle change, easiest thing to do. But when you can write it down on paper, knowing this is what I got to do to be at my max, regardless of what you do, I don't care if you're out there, if you're a janitor or you're a doctor, man. Like we could all be at our max capacity. There's a great quote by Martin Luther King about a street sweeper. It's like, guess what? Be the best damn street sweeper of all time. And that's kind of what the mentality is for everybody that walks in that door. But super fun, man. Just want to get back, want to educate people, want to serve.
Hey, you'd be so proud of me when we were up in Michigan last week. I didn't do it the first time. I didn't do it the first time, but I did the cold plunge into Lake Michigan, and I thought you'd be super proud of me to hear that.
I am. And how do you feel?
I felt great afterwards. I didn't want to do it. And there were like 75 people collecting rocks on the beach. They all looked at me like I was a psychopath, but I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I just went straight plunging in there.
Meredith was going to shame you. There was no way she was driving you there and then letting you quit. That's the thing, Schlegel. He has a good accountability partner.
Like, I drove you all the way here. You're going to do it, Beam. You're going to do it. You're going to take the plunge.
That is Anthony Schlegel. Go Bucks. Be Cancer.
All right, man. I love you guys.
There he goes. Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Good job on that, Shark, and editing that up because I know that was a lot of work for you here this morning. JJ Redick's done with engagement farming and podcasting. That and Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Traffic is moving pretty well for the early drive if you're traveling on the west side near 270. Traffic volumes are still on the lighter side. We do have clear and dry roads so far for the early commute. If you're traveling on the north side, you look pretty good. 270 at Westerville, just some building traffic here. Maybe a little heavy in pockets, but I'm not seeing any real big backups. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Men, this is Jeff, and I'm one of the owners of Tri-State Men's Health, where we treat men's sexual health issues here in our area. I say our area because I'm from here, and I'm proud that the practices in the Tri-State region are leading the charge against erectile dysfunction, low testosterone, and other conditions that affect a man's sexual well-being. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in dealing with these problems. For ED, we have a variety of treatment options and treatment combinations that if you're like most men, you will get your sex life back. And I can say this with all confidence as we have the protocols that work in well over 90% of cases. If you're suffering with the fatigue, low sex drive, bad sleep, brain fog, and other symptoms of low testosterone, our treatment plans are highly effective with most men seeing significant changes in just a few weeks. So call Tri-State Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
Listen up, gamers. Mountain Dew has always been your go-to for a refreshing citrus kick. Now it's also your go-to for gaming rewards. With Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards, you just look for codes under the caps of specially marked 20-ounce bottles of Mountain Dew. Enter those codes online to bank points, and then redeem them for awesome gaming gear. Everything from gift cards, game copies, controllers, consoles, custom Mountain Dew gaming gear, and more. Join Mountain Dew Gaming Rewards now.
Open to legal U.S. residents 18+. Subject to program terms at mountaindewgaming.com and 2525. Voter prohibited.
Summer is full of family fun, strawberry picking, little Johnny's baseball games, warding off shark attacks on the beach.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
When you get sick of all that crap, turn to us. Download the Fan app and take us with you. The Fan.
So, you've noticed something wrong with your roof. You don't know where to begin. And the thought of finding the right company to handle this important piece of your home is a bit overwhelming. Let Newman Roofing make it easy for you. First, start with a company who has built a trustworthy reputation for the last 32 years. We've got you covered. Then, when you ask us what makes us different from other roofing companies, we can tell you 3 things: our policies, customer experience, and most importantly, our people. At Newman Roofing, we have a team of professionals that take pride in their work, focusing on making sure every single question you ask gets answered thoroughly and thoughtfully, every step of the way. After all, we're here to support you, so you understand what's going on with your roof and you can make the best decision to fit your needs. Let us be the difference for you. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
This show's sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. We blinked and 2024 is already halfway over. Pretty incredible. What's something that you've done this year you're proud of? Keep up the good work with a moment every week to hit pause, set intentions, and reset in therapy. BetterHelp offers affordable online therapy on a flexible schedule. Take a moment with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/like today to get 10% off your first month.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of afternoon showers, high 88. Tonight, we'll get down to 70 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Heading into your Wednesday, look for a dry start to the morning with some heavy rain developing into Wednesday afternoon. The temperature tomorrow will be about 85. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robshod with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
We're here on The Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sharky, yeah. Happy Tuesday to you.
Happy Tuesday to you, gentlemen. One of the biggest transactions this offseason in the NFL saw Bills receiver Stephon Diggs traded to the Houston Texans for a second-round pick in 2025. Diggs entering his 10th season. He'll be 31 in a few months. But his backup quarterback says Stephon hasn't missed a step. Now, C.J. Stroud is going to be the guy who is throwing passes to Diggs. Stroud's backup is Case Keenum.
It's really cool to get back up there and to see Stephon on the practice field and to watch him just absolutely
do some dirty things with some rounds that I haven't seen anybody else be able to do. He's a dynamic player, and he has not lost a step. If anything, he's got more savviness with some stuff that he could put some extra sauce on some rounds when he needs to, but he's done a great job of continuing to build his craft and work his tool set, so I'm excited to see what he can do in the fall.
Bob, more savviness out of Stefon Diggs this season.
Oh, that's what you want to see, the savviness. I think he'll have a great first year. I don't think Stefon Diggs is a bad guy, but it seems like he has a shelf life in different places, and he burns pretty bright. And I think he'll have a lot of success with CJ down there, and I think they'll have a good setup. I don't know what it'll look like 3 years from now, but this year should be pretty good.
I think that was excellent analysis on the situation. He's a prima donna wide receiver, right? Got an incredible amount of talent. He is awesome, and he has always been very honest about the situation which he finds himself in. He's always said it. He goes, the NFL is a business, and teams can cast you out the window, and I kind of have the same viewpoint. Like, if it's not working out for me in a situation, I'm going to go somewhere else. And now he finds himself in Houston with CJ Stroud. Not to mention they have a loaded wide receiver room down there as well. I don't know what the work share is going to be. I don't know how long it's going to take him to realize, like, okay, maybe I'm not getting the same amount of targets that I'm getting in Buffalo. Maybe he does. I don't know. You've got Case Keenum there as former quarterback up in Minnesota when they made that miraculous run. Well, they made the miraculous play against the Saints, I believe, right? Very end of the game, the Minneapolis Miracle. I mean, that was his quarterback. So you're going to have a couple of people down there to calm him down, but Stefon Diggs is an incredible player, and C.J. Stroud has an incredible weapon at his disposal for at least this year.
On his 40th birthday, J.J. Redick was introduced as the new head coach of the Lakers. He talked about a lot of things yesterday, including the roster, his lack of coaching experience, and the big expectations placed on him. And, of course, Redick was asked about the future of his podcast.
For the time being, and hopefully it's a very, very long time, I am excommunicated from the content space. So there would be no podcast. We'll do something when I have a breather from what we have coming up. I'm going to be drinking out of a fire hose for the next month. But at some point, we'll just do something for all the people that listened, and we'll have a small little video. But I'm done with podcasting for now.
Beamer, who needs a podcast when you get microphones shoved in your beak every day?
Well, he's going to be doing a lot of media availability. He is probably going to do more content than he would actually doing his podcast. It's so fascinating, right? I mean, you look at J.J. Redick all the way back to his college career, played at a high level at Duke. Does he have the record, or did I make that up in my mind when I was a young lad watching him, of straight free throws made in college basketball? Is that a real thing?
I don't know.
Anyways, I mean, you look at his time back in Duke, he was a star. And then you look, had a couple of evolutions in the NBA, gets done with the NBA, good media analysis, does the podcast with LeBron. Then all of a sudden, I mean, you're an NBA head coach. It's a pretty wild climb for J.J. Redick, but for the fans of that podcast, he's done with that. And again, goes back to my point that if you're a podcaster, you as well can be a head coach of a major sports franchise if you just try hard enough.
He may have had it at one point in time, but it was broken by... Paul Cluxton had it before him, but the guy broke it in a game between Wabash and Oberlin.
How about that?
95 straight.
Okay. JJ made 54 consecutive, so that's not even close.
No, but that's pretty good. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. I mean, he was their second choice, but he's a very popular figure, and he's LeBron's choice to be the head coach. Maybe he'll be great. Maybe he'll be a flop. But I feel like this is going to go one of those two ways pretty quickly, and you should be able to see it. JJ handles himself really well. I know he's got basketball knowledge. Running an NBA team, though, and running the Lakers for your first job,
it's a zoo.
At any coaching level,
it's a zoo.
It's a full day's work. That's why you can't podcast.
That's right. He's going to be too busy.
He's a very smart guy. I watched that press conference.
What did he say about engagement farming? He threw a lot of F-bombs out there.
Engagement farming. I had never heard that.
Yeah, he goes, I don't give a blank. And he said that multiple times during his press conference.
Northwestern University yesterday broke ground on their new football stadium. Nice. New Ryan Field is being built right on the same location as old Ryan Field, which was demolished in the offseason after standing there for 97 years. The old stadium held 47,000 fans. The new one seats just 35,000, but man, it is beautiful. At least the artist's rendering. Looks like a partial roof is going to cover most of the fans. A nice big plaza outside the stadium. And Bobby, every seat in Ryan Field is purple.
What other color do you think it would be, Shark?
Well, there was a lot of gray in there before, all those bleachers.
That place was a dump.
It was.
That place
it wasn't. It was
so nostalgic.
There was no amenities to it. I mean, it's 94 years old. They never updated it. They never had it full, hardly, except for when Ohio State played there.
The first
was red.
Did you see the first comment under Adam Rittenberg's tweet? Was Ohio State fans are going to love this new stadium.
100%.
It was like that's why the internet exists for comments like that.
It is true, and it's going to be beautiful. It's right there on the water. It's going to be gorgeous. It'll be good to see them upgrade this. They've needed to do it for a while, and now they are. So kudos to them for spending the money.
I like and it's 100% privately funded too. This stadium, which is
a private.
Didn't the Ryan family donate $480 million?
Somebody, they donated a lot.
More.
And you're right, it is a private institution. It's not like it's a public institution.
Yeah, so the Ryans donated about half $500 million. To get that done, on top of giving whatever they gave to build their workout facility before. They love Northwestern athletics.
I give them a lot of credit too for saying we don't need to go big, we don't need to go bold. We're actually taking the size down to 30,000. They understand what the market is, right?
Yeah.
Like if we can build a premium stadium for 30,000 fans, and every time you come in here, it's going to be an awesome game day experience. Kudos for them. That's going to be pretty awesome when that opens. Do we have a date for that? Like, do we know when that's set to open?
We know that they're playing their games this coming season. 2 of them at Wrigley, of course. Ohio State's got one of them.
And the rest on their practice field.
Yeah, they're lacrosse field and what is it, soccer field or whatever. They're building a temporary,
like an erector
stands.
set.
Yeah,
they're turning it into what is it, 17 at
TBC Phoenix.
TBC Phoenix. That's what they're doing.
I don't know where they're going to play in 2025. They haven't announced that.
They're opening the stadium in 2026. So they will have 24 where they play in different areas, and then I'd guess they're probably going to do the same thing for 2025. So that new field's going to open in a couple of seasons. We had some history in the NHL last night. We'll do that in the re-rack coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
The morning drive is a little slow this morning. US 33 westbound between Bowen Road and Bixby. Also plan for delays on 33 westbound between the West Outer Belt and Post Road. Now taking a look at traffic on the east side, 270 at Flagcraft. Traffic volumes here are still on the lighter side. On the west side, 270 at Roberts Road. Traffic is moderate. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Another day is here, and you're ready for it. What to wear? Check. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Check. Planning for what's next and how to save for it? That's where Bank of America can help. For your financial to-dos, Bank of America has experts ready to help get you closer to your goals. Get started at one of our Central Ohio financial centers or 24/7 in our mobile banking app. Find a location near you at bankofamerica.com/talktous. What would you like the power to do? Mobile banking requires downloading the app and is only available for select devices. Message and data rates may apply. Bank of America N.A., member FDIC.
At UDF, our made-from-scratch peach ice cream is back with a bonus. When you buy 3 48-ounce cartons, you can quickly stack an extra 20 cents a gallon in gas savings. UDF peach ice cream, made for you, while supplies last with an opted-in UDrive account.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your foundation and damaging your home. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Ohio Basement Authority. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at ohiobasementauthority.com.
Now at White Castle, you can get 12 chicken rings for just $3.99. Tender on the inside, crispy on the outside. Choose from classic, Hidden Valley Ranch, or new smoky barbecue. White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only at participating castles. Tax not included.
All right, people, let's get this meeting started.
Where are the chairs?
Gone. Research shows standing meetings are quicker.
What research is that?
Topic 1. CDW helped us deploy Mac Supercharged by Apple Silicon for the way we work now. So how's their speed?
Fast.
Battery life?
Long.
Cyber threat protection?
Strong.
Ownership costs?
Low.
Great. This meeting is...
Adjourned. Wow, that was fast.
Yep, that's the research.
With Mac configured by CDW, a solution that works for everyone isn't just possible, it's powerful. Find out more at cdw.com/getmac.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Because comfort keeps us going. So grab your family, your friends, and your Wrangler layers for some fresh air adventures together. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. In Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, Sam Reinhart's goal with 4:49 left in the second period gave Florida the lead. Neither team scored in the third, leaving the Panthers with a 2-1 win over Edmonton and their first Stanley Cup title. Goalie Sergei Bobrovsky stopped 23 of 24 shots to earn the win. On the same night the NHL season ended, so did the college baseball season. Tennessee edged Texas A&M 6-5 to win the College World Series 2-1. Outfielder Levi Jordan made his Major League debut last night for the Reds and picked up his first hit, first run scored, and first RBI. In an 11-5 win over the Pirates, Jonathan India had 3 hits and scored 3 times. Ellie De La Cruz added a single-double homer and 3 RBIs. The Guardians' latest winning streak has reached 6 following a 3-2 win at Baltimore. This Sports Center is sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com to get started.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here in our next segment around 7:20, Buckeye Lathan Ransom. He's going to hang out with us in studio for a couple of segments.
Ransom Wednesday on Tuesday.
Love it. Yeah, usually he pops in on Wednesday. Something...
they got their OTA stuff tomorrow and different things, so he's not left until later in the morning today, not afternoon.
Okay,
like 9 o'clock. So, yeah, pop on in here at 7:15. Get after it. It's a Fan Bike Tuesday, so we can gauge his anxiety about that.
Why don't you explain that to us?
So we were talking about it last week. So the fan bikes, it's one of the workouts they do, and like they've had these. A lot of gyms have them. They're the arm and legs. You got the fan in the middle.
Got that big fan on the front.
Yeah.
Like where the front wheel.
So what they do is on Tuesdays, Mick, they line up like two rows of them of 20 facing each other, and they have 3 guys basically at each bike, maybe 15, 20 bikes on each side, and it's straight up winner or loser, and they get like your max output of those, and you go for like 10 seconds, and the next guy and the next guy. So it's basically you go for 10, you have 20 off, and you go again. And I mean, it's as hard as you can go, and everybody's winner loser, and they keep track of all of that. So you're trying to win. I mean, it's a 10-second just explosion of energy. And
have you ever been on one of those fan bikes too?
Oh, dude, you'll
10 seconds is an extraordinary amount of time to go as hard as you
He doesn't even have a stopwatch. He just arbitrarily. And they have clocks and stuff around there. It's like,
10 is probably more like 13.
Sometimes he goes like 15. Occasionally he'll do 20, which is crazy long. That's what Lathan said, which is probably more like 12 or 13. It seems like 20 at the end.
Seems like in a lifetime.
But it's crazy hard. I've done, and they'll do like, I think they did 10 intervals of it, 11 last week. I mean, it's a lot. And that's after you've already lifted and done all this stuff. That's the end. So, yes, it is.
Well, you know you're on the other side. You're in that tunnel like Andy Dufresne and Shawshank.
Yeah, 100%. That's
right there. You can see the end.
Lathan looked pretty rough, too, after last week. So.
We'll check in with him coming up here in our next segment. He's going to hang out with us in the 7:30 segment as well. So a couple of segments with Buckeye Lathan Ransom. Schlegel, he joined us in the 6 o'clock hour. Fear not, he's going to reappear 1 hour from now around 8:05. We're going to take a listen to him again. If you can't listen to that at 8:05, of course, we got a podcast for that. We got a YouTube stream, all kinds of different ways you can listen to us after the program is done. And then at 8:35, Uncle Beau, he's going to round out the program with us as he does every single Tuesday.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little RELAC on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Tennessee, winner of the Men's College World Series last night, 6-5 victory over Texas A&M. They got that going for them, which is nice. It's a bucket list item for me to go down there and have some Jell-O shots. At whatever that place is called that does, I think is it Rocco's?
Yeah,
Rocco's Jell-O
right.
Shot Challenge. That
Sounds
seems like
good.
a great place for me to go. Maybe we should take the show on the road there sometime.
It was a great ending last night. I mean, they went at it. Tennessee won their first national championship over A&M. Tennessee's been good for like the last 5 years, finally won one. So kudos to those guys. But yeah, Jell-O Shot, the Jell-O Shot Challenge beam, that might be right in your wheelhouse.
Oh, of course. It sounds great. Better than the bike, the fan bikes.
I think we could get you on the fan bikes, Beam.
Bill said on the YouTube chat, he said, assault bike, do it, Beam. I'd die. I would die.
You feel like you're getting assaulted while on the assault bike.
Yeah, true.
But more than just like a normal assault, it's kind of like the torture scene probably out of like Braveheart at the end. That's probably what you feel like.
Here's a question. So we watched House of the Dragon last night. And again,
I'm curious if Lathan watched it. He's a big...
Is he in? Well, yeah, he's into Thrones. Yeah, that's right.
We talked last week with Thinoff. Jeff just sat there because he's not a Thrones or House of Dragon guy.
Or a movie guy at all.
Oh, yeah. The number of movies he hasn't seen Gladiator. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You're like a man in your early to mid 50s.
How have you not
seen Gladiator? What is
It's
wrong?
on TV like 3 times a week.
And it's a great
You can
movie.
watch it over the course of a month if you just pick it up
By
at
the
random
way,
times.
I went to go watch this weekend. You know, usually I finish up drinking in the evening, later in the evening. I'm like, you know what? There's still some time and I still have some energy.
Yeah.
Let me throw on a movie to watch. I've stumbled onto some Netflix movies. I watched The Age of Adeline. What was the other one I watched? I watched something else. Wonder with, Wonder, I don't know. It's with Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson are the parents. They have a son who's deformed and he has a birth defect on his face. And
that's a book, isn't it? I think Meredith read the book.
It is a book.
Yeah, okay.
It is a book.
Yeah.
I stumbled into that. And I was like, ooh, Julia Roberts, Owen Wilson.
Seems pretty good.
Let's watch this one.
Yeah.
And I was going to watch Flowers the Blood Moon.
On Apple, right?
But it was $20.
Well, yeah.
It came out. I'm like,
it did come out in the fall, so I mean, it should be.
It's been out for a while now. I'm like, can you give me something a little better than $20?
Scorsese, did he do that?
He did.
Yeah. Did you watch that, Shark? Didn't you?
Yeah,
How was it? Good.
I guess it was over Christmas break. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Did you watch it in one sitting or a two-parter?
What do you mean, Bob? I went to the theater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
two-parter.
I saw it at the theater. Beam, I didn't get up and leave to go urinate at halftime. I stayed in my seat.
That's it, because you must not have been drinking any libations.
So I think the last movie that I saw in a movie theater was Top Gun 2.
Which was sweet.
Which is ironic because we go to Studio 35 like once a week, but we never watch a movie in there. But the last movie that we did see was at Studio, and it was Top Gun 2. And I had a beverage before. I had a beverage during the movie.
I had to leave to pee for that.
They did the beach football scene, and I said, "Now's my chance to go to the bathroom." So I went to the bathroom of the beach football scene, and then I refilled my beer cup, and then I came back in. Yeah, it's so nerve-wracking going to the bathroom during movies because you don't know what you're going to miss.
When they did the re-release of Return of the King, it had the one-day showing. I think it was a Wednesday night.
Yeah,
or
did you guys go to that?
Yeah, my son and I went.
That's right.
I had to go to the restroom twice because they did the extended cut, like directors.
That's 4 hours long.
Dude, I made it about the first 2, and I'm like, I knew where we're at in the movie.
There's really no breaks in it.
That's my point. Yeah. And I was like, I'm only halfway through. I have zero chance of making it, so I left. And then like another hour, I'm like, I can't make it the last hour. I got to go again.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Well, you think the movie's over too when where are they at? Gondor and the hobbits are singing, like Pippin's doing the song, and you're like, movie's close to being over. Nope, another hour. You got to go back to Hobbit Land. Got to go back to the Shire. You got to send them off of the boats.
Oh yeah,
like, the whole thing.
So yes,
I watched Samwise get married.
I'm trying to think what the last movie I saw in theaters. We watched probably one of the last Marvel ones, whatever that was to come out.
I haven't seen a Marvel movie in years.
I know we watched the new Doctor Strange there. I saw something else.
For the people watching on the stream, for the people not watching on the stream, Bob has a pen in his hand, and he was doing the Benedict Cumberbatch patch transfer portal circle.
I was building my own circle to jump on through. Like, what's his name? What's his name?
Benedict Cumberbatch. What's this guy? Who does he play?
I'm trying to think. I have seen it. I'll take because I've got kids that like seeing movies, and so we'll go see some stuff that's occasionally good. We saw something recently that my daughter had a couple friends that wanted to go to, and I can't remember, but it was good. I mean, I enjoy going to the theater.
I agree.
We've got a good setup in our basement, so I love watching them just in the house, and then I can go to the restroom real quick. I can pause it if I have to, but I just couldn't drop $20. Part of the reason was like 11:45 at night.
You weren't making it through that.
Well, my thing is sometimes they only give you 24 hours to watch. Mm-hmm. There's a chance I might not get to watch this by tomorrow.
Then it'll be $40 because then I want to finish it.
And then I'm not paying it again to finish it. So they said I haven't seen 1917, which is supposed to be really good.
I saw that's the war movie.
Yeah, World War I.
So we saw that in theaters too. We watched that at the Drexel over in Bexley, and it was really interesting because I really knew nothing about the movie. And the way that they shoot that, have you watched that, Shark?
It's all
one continuous shot, like from the beginning. Like it doesn't break, it doesn't go to like a cut scene and go somewhere else. Like it is one continuous like panning shot through the entire movie. It's fascinating. Yeah, fascinating.
Like a documentary or
no? It follows one guy,
it's
like one kid.
Like there's no change. Yeah, there's no change in scene or anything like that.
Yeah, a kid is trying to get a message to like the front lines or somewhere in World War I, and they don't take a break. Like there's no break in the scenes or anything. I mean, it is just one continuous. I don't even know how to describe it other than that.
That's a good way to describe it.
It's good. It's good. You would like.
Must have been filmed in one take, in one day.
Well, I'm sure it was with a budget of about $400 million. In one day, they got that done. Panthers 2, Oilers 1 last night. Florida winning the Cup. Congrats to goalie Bob. He got it done, man. He threw his helmet about 40 feet in the air when they got that done last night.
I was happy for him to play as well as he did because that was a big deal. I mean, he had struggled the last couple games. You could say those losses.
I mean, he was on his way to the Conn Smythe in the first 3 games of the series, and then what was his goals against average in the second 3?
Like 5.
They gave up 18 goals in those 3 games. Now I think
so 5.3.
I think one or 2 were empty netters, but still, he was
not good.
Bad.
Not good.
So here was goalie Bob after the game talking about what a journey it's been for him.
Like they got to 3 losses in a row, but we were thinking that like we have to overcome that to become a true champion. We have to overcome the adversity and everything that opponent or enemy throw at us, to become the really true champion. Just one moment at a time, that's it. It was an unbelievable energy. The fans give us the fuel. So it was so quick, the intensity, the emotions. It was tight and it was so much fun.
Yeah, whatever the enemy threw at him, he was up for stopping it, right? I mean, and he was under siege the last period of the game. They had Draisaitl and McDavid rolling. They couldn't put it through.
I want to see. I'm going to look. I need to pull up how much McDavid played in the final period.
Oh, he played
15. It had to be 12 minutes of it.
Yeah, he played 3.5 of the last, like 3:38 of the last 4 minits.
Yeah, he was gassed.
He had 25 minutes on ice. So did Hyman, and so did Draisaitl had 22. But that's a lot of. It's the last game of the year, right? I mean, what are you supposed to do? Well, he won the Conn Smythe. He's only the 7th player in history to do that. He's only the 2nd skater. All the rest were goalies. So he won the MVP of the entire playoffs on the losing team.
Good for him, man. He was a beast. He was an absolute monster. And just ran out of gas. I mean, they were just too far down, but good for him.
Here was his thoughts. Here was McDavid's thoughts on the Game 7 loss.
You knew it was going to be a real tight game, and it was going to come down to one thing here and there. And, we're an inch away from going ahead 2-1 right before they go ahead 2-1. And, it's tough. They do a good job of shutting things down, and we had our looks. Just didn't find it.
He was asked about the Conn Smythe, too, and I thought he gave the best answer. He was like, yep, a lot of good names on that list. Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, what else do you want him to say, right?
I'd rather be on Lordo if I could instead of the Conn Smythe. But I get it. He's still relatively young. They've got a really talented team. It wouldn't surprise me if they're back here knocking on the door again.
It's just so hard to get back. We know that. It's so hard to get back there. And they were so close to getting it done, and they didn't. Florida Panthers winning their first in their in their franchise's history. Ohio State Buckeye, Lathan Ransom. He's going to join us in studio next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Traffic volumes are definitely building as you head out for the morning drive. You'll find the clear and dry roads, though. Some heavy traffic on 33 westbound between Bowen Road and Bixby. We also have a bit of a slowdown on 33 westbound between the West Outer Belt and Post Road. So adjust your speeds in those areas. 270 at Jackson Pike. You're moving pretty well in either direction here. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Some people just know the more you protect, the more you save with Allstate, because they know insurance math. Like if you protect your home and auto, Allstate can save you up to 25%. So it's like losing money if you don't bundle. Save more when you protect more. Bundle home and auto with Allstate today.
Bundled savings vary by state and are not available in every state. Saving up to 25% is the countrywide average of the maximum available savings off the home policy. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When I'm not voicing Wendy's ads, I'm gaming. I stay up and fueled because Wendy's delivers late.
Are you recording a Wendy's ad? Come on!
Got 'em. Whatever you're up for, we're down. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Delivery Late Night. Open till midnight or later.
Hours and delivery availability may vary.
Need inspiration? Fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
During our 99 cents produce sale, Cosmic Crisp apples and Roma tomatoes are 99 cents a pound, and corn is 3 for 99 cents with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When you have to stop but don't really want to, stop at BP. Because BP has everything you need to keep it going. Fuel to keep the adventures going. The BP Me app to keep the savings and the commutes going. Snacks and drinks to keep the crew going. And the BP Me Rewards Visa to keep the rewards going and going and going. A stop at BP isn't a stop at all. Keep it going.
Ah, the sweet sounds of spring. Baseball, birds, and the glorious hum of a freshly tuned AC system. Don't sweat it. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team, 614-333-9720, or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Did somebody say free diamond bracelet? That's right. Diamonds Direct is expanding upon their best offer yet. Make any purchase this month and receive a free diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. That's right. Any engagement ring, any diamond necklace, any timepiece. Purchase any item valued at $10,000 or more and receive a stunning diamond tennis bracelet at no extra cost. Every purchase of $10,000 or more qualifies. So hurry into Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet ends June 30th. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
We're feeling the squeeze of high inflation.
Today's record inflationary report means more economic pain ahead for Americans. Costs are up on food, rent, and used cars, and of course, gas, which is up almost 50%.
Ohioans are struggling, but Senator Sherrod Brown voted multiple times to spend our tax dollars on illegal immigrants, voting to give illegals Social Security benefits for work done illegally. And Brown voted in favor of taxpayer-funded health care for illegals granted amnesty, while many Ohio families can't get in to see a doctor. Call Senator Sherrod Brown at 216-522-7272 and tell him to support S3578, the Protect Medicaid Act, and start voting against taxpayer-funded giveaways to illegal immigrants. We need cheaper gas, food, and housing, not handouts to illegals who don't play by the rules. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A dry start to the morning with about a 20% chance of afternoon showers. Temperatures will get up to about 88 today. Tonight we get down to 70 degrees under partly cloudy skies. And then on your Wednesday, look for some heavy rain developing by the afternoon. There could be some small hail and gusty winds. I'm meteorologist Lathan Ransom with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beamer is tweeting about Formula One.
Oh, hells yes.
Bobby is tweeting Rick Springfield concert video. Both are a cry for help.
This is one twisted mother.
This is Morning Juice.
Cruise along here, Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Going to be joined in studio momentarily by Buckeye Lathan Ransom. Before we talk to him, let's do this.
Oh, when you hear the sound, you know what that means. It's an Appetizer Tuesday, which means it's a Threes Day at Roosters. Their featured appetizer is going to be $3 all day long. And this week, this Tuesday, Beam, it is the favorite of one, Mr. Anthony Schlegel. It's mac and cheese bites. It's the macaroni and cheese you don't need utensils to eat with. You can eat with your fingers.
William had those the other day. Loved them.
They're tremendous. You put a little hot sauce on there, maybe some ranch, spicy ranch, sour cream, whatever you want to do. So good, you'll wish you were a kid again. $3 all day long today at Roosters. And if you stay tuned, listen, Beam, about an hour from now, we're going to be giving you a $50 Roosters gift card.
Of course. That's right. Coming up at 8:20, we're going to play That's What He Said. We're now joined in studio by Buckeye Lathan Ransom. Lath, thanks for coming in, buddy. Always good to see you. What's going on?
Appreciate you guys having me, man. Just getting here a quick morning before we get back to workouts.
What's your schedule like today? I know it's all over the place usually.
Yeah, so today woke up, came in here early. I'm excited to be on the show again, and then go straight to workouts. And today we was talking about the bikes last time. We have a bike tournament today.
Oh, yes. I was going to ask you about Fan Bike Tuesdays.
Yeah, so we have a fan bike. So really trying to get my mind right so while I'm hearing the show, in the back of my head is just thinking about them bikes. And then after that, I'm going to go back home, get a little quick nap in, and then just kind of chill and relax for the rest of my day.
So we're describing that. We talked a little bit last week. I was telling Beam, like they line up like 15, 20 bikes facing each other. You know, 2 rows, go against it. You've got like 10 seconds on, basically 20 seconds
10 is a loose term, right?
Yeah.
You go as hard as you can, arms and legs. I mean, it's tough. So tournament mode, I mean, is this, like how I'm curious to see, does Mick have a structure? Did they share it with you, or are you just going to get told about this probably when he brings everybody up?
Yeah, so I'm really curious how it's going to go, too. I just know that the first round when we all do our bikes, he's going to look at the wattage, and then he's going to make a bracket off the wattage. So I'm really curious how that's going to go. And then, we all going in there blind, and we just know that it's going to hurt at the end of the day. So
where do you fancy yourself? Is it like if you were to seed yourself in this knockout style elimination tournament, where do you? Are we like more of a mid-major spoiler, or are you seeing yourself as like a top number 1 seed?
So me and Kayla was actually joking yesterday, and we were like, so do we go a little lower to seed lower to try to make it farther in the tournament, or like what are you thinking we should do? But I think they got the top, and then they got like the second dudes. I feel like I'm in the second tier of the bike sprinters, because once you get to the linemen and the tight ends, they're so powerful. It's like no matter how hard you go, they're a lot stronger.
So I'm sure he'll probably figure that out by position group and weight. Who are the top guys? I mean, I know you got Sonny,
you
JJ.
Got Sonny, JJ, G. Scott's really good.
Oh, that's powerful.
I'm trying to think of who else. Out of the skill, it's really JJ. I think I put myself right under him. Carnell Tate's actually really good too.
Little skinny Carnell Tate?
Yeah, I have no idea how they just how the bikes work. Like, what's the best route to go about it? And then I think JT's really good, Jack really good. So I'm excited to say we're gonna see who's the really top dog of the bikes.
So what do you ever ask? Because you're in the second lifting group. They got guys going right now.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever talk to the people coming off? Like, do you get any crossover? Because that was like the big deal. You come in like, was it today?
What's in store?
What's it today? What we got?
Oh, most definitely. Like for me today, I'll get there a little early. I'm watching the group and seeing exactly.
So that's right. They can eat and lift. They've got the viewing.
What's going on?
So people would think that being in the second group, you get a good idea of what you're going through. But being in the second group means that Coach Mick has no time where he needs to end. Like in the first group, the second group's coming. So he has to finish at a certain time. Being in the second group, especially like on like a Thursday, it's the worst. You're like, Coach Mick could end this whenever he wants. Like, this pain can go on forever if he really wanted it to. So there's pros and cons to both.
I almost liked going first, just simply, like you said, you knew it was going to end. But I almost didn't want to know. Like, I watched dudes
flying blind.
We had a dude that would literally throw up before the workouts. Nice. Like, he would be so nervous about what was going to happen. We'd be like doing the 6 a.m. outside. He'd be throwing up in a trash can. Before.
Yeah, we have a couple guys like that too. And then also, if you know what's going to happen before, then you're thinking, okay, this number. And then when that number doesn't happen,
it changes it
hurts.
Yes.
It hurts.
It's literally moving the goalpost.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll never tell you, because I would go and I'd run with him, and I'd go ask the guys, I'm like, you got to tell me. I'm not on the team. Like, I need to psychologically know. You can be preparing them for whatever game, but I'm not playing in that game. I'm just out here trying to get
the number,
get some work in. But yeah, when you run and Mick doesn't tell, like when you do the film, you have no idea how many intervals you're doing.
No idea. What's so funny is like when we do like the sprints and stuff like that, you don't know the number. So in my head, I'm like, there's no way we're going like to 18, right? Like as we're running them, we get to 18. I'm like, it got to stop at 20. It gets to 20, and then you just never know. So it's definitely a psychological
Schlegel say
game.
that too? I mean, he's talked about that. It's like, there's no way we're going to do 15 of these. And he's like, they're on like 23. He's like, well, they got to end at 25. No, we don't.
So I would just arbitrarily set some ridiculous number out there and put that in my mind to be able to survive until that point. Because then you're never disappointed. The problem is you keep setting those little ones and you just keep getting crushed, Beam. It's tough. It's psychologically, it's a killer.
Yeah, exactly. Psychologically is.
I think I would be more so on the first. I'd be more so on the first line.
So
I don't.
Beam went to Centerville. I don't think we currently have anybody on Centerville on the team.
I don't think so.
And it's where AJ went. Michael Bennett went there. But they'd have a box and they'd work out at like 5 o'clock.
Yeah. On the field at 5, which is you better be there at 4:45. Like.
And they would do a box, a 40 by 40 box, and do 10 times around it. So 40 40s. And he used to tell me, like, that sounds awful. He's like, oh, yeah, it's like still dark outside, but you kind of would rather do it then than when it's like 95 in the middle of the heat.
Oh, yeah. So
that's you guys start getting like the morning group, the second one, you guys start getting some of the heat around 10:30.
Yeah, so that's also too. So like for our team runs, those are the worst because Coach Mick will pick them at 1 or 4. So it's like we'd rather do every time he asks, like, well, what would you guys rather do in the morning or it's the morning? Like we'd rather go at 6 in the morning every time before we have a 4 p.m. Team run or 4 p.m. workout because the worst part is you wake up and you get to sleep in, but you're thinking about it all day, and it's in the middle of the day. So regardless of what there's nothing that you're doing other than this today. Like that's the only thing you're going to do today. So I would definitely pick
play a round of golf
workout.
Beforehand?
No way. And that's some of my teammates after these hard workouts. They go in golf after. I'm like, I have no idea how you guys are doing that.
Well, it's they ride around on a golf cart. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be on my legs anymore after the stuff that.
How was the weather for you guys last week? I mean, I know it was pretty sweltering. I'm sure that it was a sweatbox in there.
Yeah, it was. I was thinking it was like, am I back in Arizona? It was so hot last week, and it was also humid. And yeah, being in the indoor was tough. They definitely moved up some of our workouts in the morning just because of how hot it was going to be. So Coach Mick showed us love right there.
All right, so you are into the House of the Dragon. Yep. I watched the second episode of the second season last night. We're going to get your opinion on that coming up next as we continue to hang out with Buckeye Lathan Ransom. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Traffic is stop and go because of a crash on US 33 westbound before Bixby Road. The right lane here is blocked, and traffic is stop and go from Bowen Road, but you're definitely going to stick to the left side of the roadway. There's a stall on 670 westbound at State Route 315. It's on the right shoulder, but still slowing things a bit. And we do have heavy and slow traffic on State Route 161 eastbound, Hamilton Road to New Albany. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
New 2024, up to 72 months Aria, N7A24.
Reichert Nissan has an announcement to make. 0% financing is now available for up to 72 months. Take your Reichert Nissan Aria home today and pay 0% for 72 months. But these low interest rates won't last long. Lock in your 0% financing at Reichert Nissan. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com.
Get the right car at
Riker. We're dealing.
With approved credit. Residency restrictions apply. Offers cannot be combined. Dealer contribution affects consumer cost.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It was a quiet night in Columbus, maybe a little too quiet. Me, Philip Flapper, plumbing detective. I was finishing up for the night when she walked in. Long hair, 2 legs, a couple of arms, a nose, elbows. Pretty standard equipment for this neighborhood. I looked at her, she looked at me, and then we did that thing where we both spoke at the same time. What can I do for you? I'm sorry, that was awkward. We went on to talk about clogs, funny odors, water going down the drain too slow. This is above my pay grade, I told her, and gave her this website, apexpros.com. They're the pros who knows, the kinds of plumbers who don't mind getting their hands dirty. And believe me, what's down those pipes is dirty. Ugh, call the pros, Apex Pros. And that was it. She walked out of my life, using those legs I told you about earlier.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear from Apex Pros. Apex plumbers are the pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Bishop and Friends.
If athletes become employees, does unlimited transfer matter? When you hear Saban say all that he said over the last few years about we need an NFL model, this is the control back.
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Lowe's knows owning a project means owning the right tools. And during Craftsman Days, you can save big on what you need from a brand you trust. Get a free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, get your choice of the V20 string trimmer or leaf blower for only $99. Find these savings and more today. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 7/10 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as, bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
The Schmitz Cardinal Jones Celebrity Softball Game is coming. Why pick Nick Beam when you can Schmitnick? And it's presented by Monogram Homes and the U.S. Air Force. When? Saturday, July 20th, 6:30 at Huntington Park. Who? Current Ohio State football players versus former Ohio State football players. The captains, Cardale Jones, of the former players, Emeka Ibuka. The dude can rake for the current players. Tickets, they're only $10. They're available today. It's a great family event. Get out there, get a chance to interact with some of the guys down there at Huntington Park. It'll be a tremendous, tremendous night. Check them out at BuckeyeCruise.com. Lathan, are you going to be in that? I know you're not really a baseball guy. Did he draft you on the team?
It's a funny story. I definitely stay away as far as I can from the baseball field because I remember there was in 5th grade actually like for the end. But I remember exactly like Scarby. We had like like my whole grade had like a big baseball game. And I had struck out because they was pitching it. I had struck out so many times. I had to throw it up to myself. Like I couldn't even.
You're half Mexican. How did you not? You're from Tucson.
Hey.
How do you not play baseball?
It's funny. My mom and my uncle were like amazing baseball players, and that did not get passed down to me. I struck out so many times. I had to throw it up to myself. I think I struck out like twice doing that, and then I finally hit it. But once I hit it, I ran around the bases. Like I think I had like I made it to 3rd base, but man, it was that. After that, I was like, I refused to play baseball. So
this could be a redemption. This is softball, though. This isn't baseball. This could be a redemption tour for you in front of thousands of people.
I don't know. I don't, especially in front of 1,000 people. That would hurt. That would hurt to strike out a couple times. So I'm
the only player to strike out tonight, Lathan Ransom. Although we were talking to Joshua Perry yesterday too, and he also says that he stays away from softball because he strikes out. So it's fine.
Yeah, Josh would say he's terrible. So I get it. I understand it. I never played baseball growing up. We would play enough that I could get up there and be like functional. But yeah, I'm not great at it by any stretch. So I like get on base and then just run. I was like, I can still run, so we're good there. But yeah, judging fly balls in the outfield. And as you get older, you haven't any shoulder stuff, have you? So you're still good. Yeah, I've got like 30 to 40 throws in me a day if I need to use it, and really nothing of let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
Because I do that, like my hand will start getting numb.
Right field.
Yeah, that's a bad. I one year I ran our little league football, like little tryouts, and they, oh yeah, you run the DB drill where you like do angle, throw him a deep ball. I was like, I can't do that. Like, no, you'll be fine. I had to do like 150 kids, and the next I couldn't bench for like 2 days. You laugh. That's what happens when you get old, man.
Yeah, getting old.
Old man problems. So you're into Game of Thrones. You just recently watched Game of Thrones, correct? Like just finished that up. So now you're in the House of the Dragon. You watched season 1. You watched season 2. We're 2 episodes in so far. What are you thinking so far about the first couple episodes of the second season?
It's definitely faster pace, I would think, than Game of Thrones. I think that's why so many people like it. And what are your thoughts on? I'm terrible with the names. There's so many names.
There's a lot to track.
But the lead knight of the
Kirsten Cole. He's a bad guy.
Dude, wow,
he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy.
What are your thoughts on him?
Because what's amazing is I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, dude, you became exactly what you said you didn't want to be. Like, you became what you hated. And that's what they do in this show. Like, I thought he was going to be the guy, like, above reproach, good guy, always doing the honorable thing.
He's no Stark.
He's not. I'm like, dude, you were doing all the bad stuff that you said, like, you claimed to not be a part of.
When he was describing the purity of their case, man, I'm watching this like, there's no way he's the one saying this right now.
You can't be a captain. Like, you can't be a leader.
No. He's and then the way he was trying to the twin brother, he's saying, where were you at? Where were you at that night? I'm watching this like,
we know where you were at.
I'm wanting to punch the screen. He's making me so mad. That's funny. I'm seeing stuff on the internet they're trying to compare him to Joffrey. I don't think he's nowhere near that yet.
No.
But
Aegon isn't near Joffrey either. Like the kid who is the king. Like he could be on a fast track to going that way. Nothing will top Joffrey. He was him and Ramsay 1 and 2 and worst villains and
Ramsay.
Bad
Ramsay.
guy.
Oh my gosh.
I always respected Ramsay more though, because Ramsay at least did his own dirty work.
Yeah, he was. It's funny. Like we always keep bringing up how my dad's watching right now. Last night at 1 in the morning, I think it was 2 nights ago. At 1 in the morning, I got a text saying no. And I know he was on the season where Jon Snow died, and he texts me no, and I laugh. I wake up, I'm like, you finished the season, didn't you? He's like, man, I'm hurt right now. Like, I can't even watch. I don't even want to watch the next season.
One, yes.
I'm like, I'm telling you, just continue to watch it. And then literally yesterday at 5 p.m. he texts me, let's go. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I told you he's going to be back. I didn't tell him, but.
It set the precipice of the entire show in that first season when they cut Ned Stark's head off. And you're like, well, if Sean Bean, the actor, isn't safe, then nobody is going to be safe in this world.
Yeah, he's on the cover of the show. I'm like, who is the show about now?
It's wild. Yeah, I'm glad. It's amazing because your dad, obviously, they're on West. You guys are on West Coast right now. You're 3 hours back. And so, yeah, I'm sure you get his text at 7 o'clock. It's the middle of the night for you. Like, come on, Dad, you got to quit texting me. You going to put him through a assault bike workout? You got to get back there and say, hey, come on, Pops. Like, if you're going to be texting me in the middle of the night, do you put your phone on silent, by the way?
I do. It automatically goes on silent after a certain time. But I'm such a light sleeper that, like, I had to put on silent. Like, if it would ever get a notification, I always wake up and stuff like that. But I would love to put him through an assault. I love to put him through some of our workouts because just being, he's, I think, 22 years older than me. So, like, growing up, it was always me and him competing in everything. And I always call him and talk trash, basically saying, like, you couldn't do half of these workouts that we do. And he's funny. He sent me a video yesterday. One of the young dudes at his work, because he's a firefighter, challenged him in bench. He sent me a video of him hitting 340. Ooh. And he's like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 340 at, I think, 45 years old now.
I was going to say, he's 44,
still doing pretty good.
Yeah, good for him. That's impressive. Here's the good news, though, and I tell my kids this. I'm like, because they're a little bit younger than you. I'm like, but when you swing, dude, you better make sure you pick the right time. I go, you guys are ascending. I am descending. I'm trying to descend at a slower ratio to try to fight that off as long as I can. I mean, how long was it before you were able to get your dad and some stuff?
So that's funny. I was just about to ask you, do you let your kids win, or when you play them in anything, or don't let them?
No, I'll let it be competitive, but now, like, the sad thing is my oldest son he's a really good swimmer, and I've probably raced him for the last time when he was 12. And I swam growing up too, and I don't think I could beat him. I know I could not beat him anymore, but I won't race him again.
Yeah, so that's what's funny. So growing up, me and my dad played basketball. Like every chance we got, we played basketball against each other, and he would never let me win. I'm like 8 years old. If I'm up, we play to 11. If I'm up 9-2. From his 2 points, I'm just getting back down in the paint for the rest of the game. I'm getting mad. I'm like, how are you? Like, this isn't even fair, this and that. And then my mom would hate when we play because we're coming back into the house and for dinner.
Oh,
and we're bickering the whole dinner. I'm like, you're a grown man backing me down. Like, that takes no talent. That takes no talent. And he's like, no, you need to win. You need to win. And we would bicker all day. Like, there was points in the house you would think we did not like each other just because of how serious and how hard we competed. And then eventually in high school was really when I started beating him. And now I always laugh because he won't play me anymore.
Of course.
But, those are some of my best memories, just playing him. My mom would come outside. Because my mom, she got her jersey retired at her high school in basketball.
Oh, nice.
So she was talented too. She'd come out there once in a while, and it'd be fun. But no, playing him at anything, like, there's no one I don't like losing to more than my dad. Like,
isn't that a natural thing?
I think it is.
Yeah.
We're playing pickleball, and we're cussing at each other playing pickleball. Like, that's how serious it gets in the house, playing the Wii. It doesn't matter. There's no one I can stand more losing to him. So I love that, and I hope eventually I'll pray that I have kids one day and I have that same relationship.
That's terrific. Before we get you out of here, I know you're a big Lakers fan. Thoughts on the J.J. Redick appointment as head coach?
Yeah, I think it's either going to go really good or really bad.
I told him that earlier. I don't think it's going to be like, he's okay. My
thoughts are just like, as a player, if I'm getting coached by someone that's I played with or maybe that's 2 years older than me, it's so hard. Like, how is he going to tell LeBron, no, you need to do this? Like, how is he going to control that room?
Here's the thing. You'll find this when you get to the NFL. Like, a lot of your coaches, I mean, they're almost like contemporaries of yours, where maybe you did play or played around some of those guys. And it just comes down to, like, that you respect their knowledge.
Yep.
And that's what it has to be, is that type of relationship where LeBron trusts him, respects him, and all those guys do as well. But I want you to imagine this. I mean, as great a player as JJ was, imagine you getting done, you played 8 to 10 years in the NFL, and then you come back and you're the head coach of Ohio State the next season.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, not like the assistant.
Yeah, the head coach.
Not coaching at a smaller school. You're the head coach of Ohio State, because that's what it is. Like the LA Lakers, he wasn't an assistant. He wasn't anything else. Yeah. Dropped in, buddy. Handle this all. You haven't seen anybody else do it and been a part of it.
Yeah, I think, playing on a team like Dallas, like playing on a team like the Lakers, there's not a lot of people that are successful there just because of how criticized you are every game. Yeah. Like, the Lakers that's the Lake Show. Like, in LA, that's where my grandparents live. On the radio, all you hear about is the Lakers all day. So if he doesn't show up and play at a high or coach at a high level immediately, like, they're gonna get him out of there just like they do with so many coaches and so many players, just like teams like Dallas and other teams like that are the nation's teams. Like, so I'm excited to see what he does though, because it's been a hard last 2 years watching the Lakers play, in these playing games, I need us to get a good seed in the playoffs. So, but I'm excited to see what he does and excited to see what the rest of the team does.
He's going to be under a microscope for sure. Buddy, appreciate you stopping in. Go get that assault bike. Enjoy the week off next week. I know you're looking forward to that. We'll check in again with you soon, all right?
I appreciate you guys having me.
Buckeye, Lathan Ransom with us here in studio. Great job out of him, as always. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
The morning drive is slow in a couple of spots out there today. Plan for delays as you travel by an accident. US 33 westbound before Bixby Road. Your right lane is blocked. Your stop and go from Bowen. There's also a stall on 670 eastbound at State Route 315 and heavy and slow traffic on the south side. 71 northbound between Greenlawn Avenue and 70. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Roof leaks and damage can ruin your business and your reputation. Property management pros trust Legacy Roofing Services, Ohio's leader in commercial roof repair, replacement, and ongoing maintenance. At Legacy, our reputation for fast, reliable, safe, and permanent roofing services for commercial buildings can solve your roofing problems before they become roofing nightmares. Call Legacy Roofing Services today, 800-880-ROOF, 800-880-ROOF. Legacy Roofing Services.
Now at UDF, buy 3 everyday favorites with UDrive Plus to quickly stack an extra 20 cents in gas savings. That includes Monster Energy and Red Bull and Gatorade and Body Armor. And that adds up. UDF, made for you. Specially marked products with an opted-in UDrive account.
More and more people are falling into problem gambling. Mary Haven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance.
Confidential and judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today.
Ready to be the change and have a positive impact on your community? Consider joining the Columbus Division of Police. Starting pay is $70,000 plus, growing to 6 figures after 4 years of service. We offer paid vacations, paid holidays, and health insurance. Do you aspire to complete your degree? We offer 100% tuition reimbursement after you complete your first year of service. Contact the CPD recruiting unit at jobs@columbuspolice.org or apply online at columbus.gov/government/jobs. The City of Columbus is an equal opportunity employer.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube. Watch us live or on demand by searching 971 The Fan. Which fan host will awkwardly scratch their privates? Let's find out together. Find us on YouTube, The Fan.
It was spring of 2011. Eco Plumbers were just 4 years old. It's 7-ish p.m., and my sister is at her daughter's soccer game.
And I had my tablet in the bleachers with a Magic Jack USB stick.
Magic Jack was cutting edge back then.
Being able to schedule customers for the next morning service right from the bleachers was awesome.
It was this neat hack that let us provide after-hours, in-house call answering, and scheduling back when no other plumbers did that.
Now we run calls as late as 9 p.m. and we'll answer your call 24/7. You can even schedule online.
We always leverage technology to come through for you when you need us to.
Take EcoFi cleaning checks.
Advanced software, sensors, and tablets show the health and efficiency of your system.
And possible trouble spots.
Before we start the cleaning and maintenance, so you can see the before and after improvements for yourself.
Anyone can use technology,
but only Eco Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians use it to constantly upgrade their ability to serve you.
At GetEco.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of afternoon showers. High 88. Tonight, we'll get down to 70 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Heading into your Wednesday, look for a dry start to the morning with some heavy rain developing into Wednesday afternoon. The temperature tomorrow will be about 85. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robshod with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We're here on The Juice and brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can, of course, visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Sharky?
Yes.
Schleg time.
I go to bed early, I wake up, I make my bed. First thing, I started off the day by accomplishing a mission. Then I go through, I drink my coffee, drink some pre-workout, get bumpy to start my day. Then I attack work and just being a dude. And then guess what? When it's over, I go love with my wife, I love with my kids, I love with other people, and then I go to bed. Then I just push repeat.
Lather, rinse, repeat.
I just push repeat.
If you were watching the Stanley Cup final last night, you saw the TV version of the play-by-play. This is the local Miami station, 560 WQAM.
10 seconds left. 2-1 Panthers. A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup. Ron Stanley is coming home. You always have a place in South Florida. Oh my God. The Panthers have won the Stanley Cup for the first time in franchise history.
Whoever the color guy was, I walked in the studio this morning and I was playing leading into our show. I'm like, who is this? They always have a place in South Florida.
That was great. Paul Maurice, hard to believe he was a head coach in the National Hockey League when he was 28 years old. Most guys are in the peak of their career, and he was already a head coach, spent 8 years with the Hartford/Carolina franchise, then 2 seasons with Toronto, then back to Carolina for 4 more seasons, 9 years with Winnipeg, and now 2 seasons with Florida. He's taken 11 teams to the playoffs, lost in the conference finals twice, lost in the Stanley Cup finals twice, and then finally got his first Stanley Cup title last night at the age of 57. And this is the guy who's got the reputation of being the most quotable man in all of sports. I always enjoy watching his press conferences. And this is what he had to say. I thought this was great. This is what he had to say last night after winning his first cup.
There's a whole bunch of things you don't know until you get there. You don't win a Stanley Cup. I didn't win the Stanley Cup tonight. I got to share it. And that is a completely different idea. Not that I thought this was all about me. I certainly didn't. I mean, you replace me tomorrow. That's a good hockey team. But that's what I learned. You don't win a Stanley Cup. You share it. You get to share it.
I thought that was fantastic, Bob. It had me juiced.
Should.
What has you juiced?
That was terrific. It's got me juiced. Goodness, I was telling Beam, you know what? You parent kids and you hope that you're leading them along the way. And when they get in the middle school years, it's a lot of L's.
A little dicey.
Yeah, some days you feel like the Florida Panthers in Game 6. Just how did we end up where we're at? And, I felt like yesterday was a great day with my daughter. She's a very strong-willed young woman. And
she's just like her dad.
I just try to put some boundaries in place. Like, hey, if you do A, B, and C, you can do then you can do what you want, and we'll be good. Very small things. And so yesterday we had some good conversations. Things went in the right way. She did what she needed to do. I said, you know what? You can hang out. You have another 15 minutes past your curfew. I'll come get you. I'll miss 10 minutes of the third period of the Stanley Cup, but it was good. And that had me juiced up yesterday in a very positive way. Having Lathan in here is always great. Yeah. And then I found this yesterday, Shark. I think this is something that is it's pretty tremendous. It's from Jimmy Carr. Found it on You Know Beam. What's got you juiced, sir?
Oh, what's got me juiced is yesterday Meredith took Willie while we were doing the show to like little kid gymnastics.
Oh yeah, you're there.
Yeah, so he's got that going for him, which is good. And he got home and Mayor's like, "Hey, do you want to see the new trick that he learned?" It's like, "Yeah, let's see it." And so we're learning to somersault. And like all day long, he just wanted to somersault. Like that's all he wanted to do yesterday. So, you'd kind of like pick him up and then you'd start him to roll and then he would tuck his head and then he would go over. And even to the point, like when we weren't doing it with him, I give him this. He's got his mom's brains. He's a pretty sharp little fella. He was basically doing like a bear crawl with a pillow. Like he had a pillow on the ground, so he's basically like bear crawling with it, and he knows that he's got some padding at least there with the pillow, so then he was just like trying to do the somersault onto the pillow like by himself. And Sharky, I mean, you've met him a couple of times and you got to see him up in Michigan. I think the term bruiser is appropriately named for him. Like that dude is not afraid of anything.
My adjective for Prince Will would be fearless.
He is going to be
fearless.
Yeah, he's going to be a handful. So that had me fired up yesterday. That was pretty awesome. So we're learning how to somersault. I guess the little kid toddler gymnastics teacher was like, yeah, he's in the 10 to 19 month like group right now. It's like he could go with the 2 to 3 year olds. And I'm like, well, all right, that's pretty good. First day on the job, and then we're already getting kicked up a notch. So I was super, super pumped about that. He's becoming a handful. If you missed Schlegel in the 6 a.m. hour, fear not, he will reappear next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Traffic is stop and go because of a crash this morning on US 33 westbound before Bixby Road. You'll find the right lane blocked and traffic stop and go from Bowen. Also, a stall on 670 eastbound at State Route 315. It's on the right shoulder, but traffic does slow heading by. On the south side, 71 northbound between Greenlawn and 70, traffic is heavy and slow. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
If you're about to get engaged or ready to walk down the aisle, your true love deserves a true jeweler, the Diamond Seller. As a true jeweler, we not only have designer collections to meet your bridal needs, but we also have talented in-house designers who can create something truly one of a kind. Visit the Diamond Seller today.
Are you not able to enjoy the summer as much as you want because of joint pain? This is the time of year for being outdoors. It's the best, but not if your knees, shoulders, hips, or back are hurting. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Don't suffer any longer. Non-surgical joint pain relief is here at QC Kinetics. Call them today. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. QC Kinetics advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and help restore and repair damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, play golf, move, swim, all pain-free. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. They have locations in Columbus, in both Gahanna and Dublin. Their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. So go check them out at QCKinetics/Columbus or give them a call, 380-208-4544.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Austin Ward here with a question for you. Did you take Awaken 180 up on the offer to drop 40 pounds by the 4th? If you did, next week you'll reach the goal. Congrats. If you didn't, call Awaken 180. Why not do it now? Fast weight loss, easy weight loss, and then free support for life.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. The hockey season has finally come to an end. After losing 3 straight games, the Panthers earned a 2-1 home victory over Edmonton in Game 7. Florida earns its first Stanley Cup in its 31st year of existence. Connor McDavid of the Oilers was named the winner of the Conn Smythe Trophy for MVP of the entire playoffs. In baseball, Jose Ramirez has tied Manny Ramirez for third most home runs in Guardians history with 236. Ramirez's sixth-inning solo blast last night in Baltimore gave the Guards the lead, and they kept that lead in a 3-2 win over the Orioles. The Reds scored 5 runs in the fourth and 4 in the sixth in an 11-5 win over the Pirates. Spencer Steer had a 2-run double and an RBI single. Ellie De La Cruz had an RBI single and a 2-run homer, which traveled 439 feet. Carson Spires allowed 3 runs over 6 innings to earn his first Major League victory. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Tuesday. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark coming up here momentarily. We're going to re-listen to Anthony Schlegel. At 8:35, Uncle Beau, he's going to join the program as he does every single Tuesday with us here in about a half hour.
Please replay the 2 segments with Lathan.
Right in between. Let's just replay that now in the next segment. We'll do Schlegs at the very end of the show, Beau in between. Yeah,
I think the folks would rather hear more Lathan.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's got rave reviews on the YouTube chat.
Last week, we talked him into staying a little longer, but they had the full day off because it was Juneteenth. So he came in and did a full 45 with us. Almost got you juiced and everything.
Nice. What had him juiced?
I don't remember. I don't remember what got me juiced yesterday.
What had you juiced today?
Oh, my daughter. We had a great interaction. It was some great stuff last night. I was very, very proud of her. So that was a very positive thing.
Yeah, that's great. Again, Schleg's coming up momentarily. Uncle Beau, he's going to be here at 8:35-ish.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Baseball national champion was crowned last night. Tennessee took down Texas A&M 6-5. Panthers hoisting the Stanley Cup 2-1, the final score. They were under siege. The Panthers were for like the last, 10 minutes of the game. But Florida held strong, man. They got it done. Big congrats to Bob. It's really pretty amazing what he did in the first 3 games of this cup compared to what he did in the middle 3 games, and then to pop out the other side and have the performance that he did last night. Round of applause to him.
He did a great job. As I was watching about the 7.5 minute mark in the third, and that puck just floats across the crease, and McDavid's got it, and you can't get someone's got a stick on his stick, he can't get it, and there's someone else there, I don't know if it's Drysdale or whoever, but he can't get it's just slow drift, it just slides across harmlessly. And as you look at that, because that kind of happened before the second goal, Edmonton has a great chance to score, and they can't get it in there. And the next thing you know, 30 seconds later, boomerang, Florida scores, they go up 2-1, and then that's the final.
Well, that puck was bouncing all over the place, too. Right in front of the crease. I don't know who it was for Florida who dug that out, and then, coming up the other way, I think it was Sam Reinhart scored the goal. On that near side post. But, Florida gets it done 2-1. Good for them. Not exactly sure, what's going to happen with the future of Draisaitl. I know he's got 1 year left to play in his contract, too. So, we'll see what happens with the future kind of there. But another season of anguish for Canadian teams. Here was a fun fact that I learned today about the Stanley Cup drought.
Gosh. Paul Maurice is 5-0 in Game 7s as a coach.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good, minus the pretty.
Yeah,
that's remarkable.
He's never had a loss.
He's LeVar Ball.
He never lost. How long has it been since Canada won the Stanley Cup? It's been 1993, okay? Here's a stat that blew my mind.
Who won in 93?
I don't know.
Montreal?
Canadians?
Good job.
Good job. Hockey Bob. Good job, Hockey Bob.
Well, I knew Edmonton won their last one in 89-90 season with Gretzky.
So and I saw this on Twitter this morning, just a reminder that an American team has won the Canadian Football League's Grey Cup more recently than a Canadian team has won the NHL Stanley Cup. The 1995 Canadian Football League Grey Cup champion, the Baltimore Stallions. I didn't even know
the Connor Stallions?
The Connor Baltimore Stallions. I didn't even know that we had a team in the Canadian Football League.
How can you have an American team? It's literally called the CFL.
I know. I agree with that.
Shark, you were covering sports then. You were Shark on sports. Did you know this was a thing?
I couldn't tell you the teams in the Canadian Football League now.
The Montreal Alouettes.
Yeah, Saskatchewan.
Argonauts.
Toronto Argonauts.
Winnipeg. BC Lions.
Yeah.
Winnipeg. It sounds like something you do at a lottery club that you're at, Shark.
Be careful now, Bob.
Saturday night.
This is the children's.
I'd like to play for the Alouettes. That seems like a nice place to go play.
You remember when there
football.
used to be a college bowl game in Canada, in Toronto, I think.
Yeah, my brother played at it.
The
International Bowl. My brother played. That's why my parents, I don't think they would have ever left the country if it wouldn't have been for that. I'm dead serious. They got passports and everything to go up there.
That's pretty sweet.
It was a big deal. 2004, Cincinnati played in the International Bowl. My dad's like, Canada, Toronto's a great city.
That's a world-class city up there.
Metropolitan, it's pretty, it's clean. It's like New York, but better without the trash.
Let's check in with Schlegel.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready, always. It is Schleg Day.
Sponsored by Sugar Shannara Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
Heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Checking with our good friend, Anthony Schlegel. Schlegel, happy Tuesday, buddy. What's happening?
What's crumping in Columbus? Oh, my goodness. So many things happened over this last weekend.
Well, tell us.
I was exhausted this morning as I woke up at 5 a.m. Stefan and Faith and Sam came in to add the JR Memorial, which is a fantastic event up at Indian Lake. Bob, you were there. There's a lot of guys. Coach Truss was there. JJ Sullinger, Aaron Kraft, Terrence Stiles, Dane Sanzenbacher. There was a lot. There was a lot of guys. Anyways,
don't forget the current guys too, Schlegs. You had Ty Lee.
I was going to mention that. Hey, time out. I was going to say, all the proceeds benefiting the James Cancer Hospital. It's a Buckeye Cruise event, something they've been doing for a long time. Actually, that event in and of itself, again, a small little town, right? Raising over, $2 million in change over the course of their time. It was fantastic. And then we had Tyleek and Ty Hamilton and Trevion came out and showed their support as well. So it was great to see the young guys. And again, as you go and you talk to them, and I was able to talk to them, they just told them, hey, man, I just wanted you to know, I really appreciate you going out there. That event raised over $200,000. And all that money is going back to the James. And I was able to even tour the James, I think it was Friday. And really humbling experience. And Dr. Schuler, who built the first part of that, we were reminiscing stories about him training in there when we played. Yep. He's still doing that to this day. But just to be able to go around, fight cancer, and help people, the Buckeye Cruise, and then just the patience. It's, again, I have been impacted by it personally in my family. And it's one of the things where I had a cousin that was at the James. And then my sister, I called up Doc and he talked to Dr. Pollock. And it was more I just want to make sure that she's on the right plan. You know what I'm saying? I trust you guys. I know you're the best. So can you just look it over? It's yeah, this is exactly what needs to be done. That's reassuring. But other people in my family have had breast cancer and stuff. But just going around and seeing all those things, it's good to do, not just to remind you as to why you do what you do, but that, you roll up in that parking lot, man, and it's people's lives that are impacted on a daily basis. And you don't see that because we're not there on a day-to-day basis, right? So God bless the people that are in there working on it. And again, if you've never been on a Buckeye Cruise, please go to their website, book a room, get involved, go to one of the small events. And it's also I bring our kids, Bob, you brought our kids, not necessarily on the cruise, but to the events that we do. And my son, God bless him, he is just over there in Adlin all the time. I said, hey, bro, why do we do this today? Why does Dad have no problem putting some money here or there at an event like this? And his first thing was because you love me. I was I do love you, but that's not why. It's for this. And Tracy Kearns, who we've known for a long time, that's the beauty of the Buckeye Crews and the relationships. She's in her own battle right now, actually second time within a year. And to go and support her, like, that's why we do what we do, buddy. He's like, I see, I get it, right? And again, when you have children, you just got to keep reinforcing that message that it goes back to you with people, and you always got to serve other people, man. So it was a great event, and I was kudos to those guys for coming and showing up and being open, right? There's one thing about showing up, but there's another thing about showing out, right? And being personable, and they definitely were that. And then we had the Buckeye Country Concert Superfest, which is another thing that they auctioned off. I was like, they're comfortable if I'm standing at a concert for 8 hours and my feet don't hurt. I'm like, boom, that's a win. Charge that to winning. So it was great. It was great. No, I was exhausted today, let me tell you. But I still brought it, though.
Well, do you think you'd be more tired, Schlegs, after that or after doing 12 intervals on the fan bikes?
Oh, shoot, man. Well, it was just because I got home so late. I only slept 4 hours before I had to go in. That's why I was so exhausted. Those intervals on those fan bikes, when you're just, especially competition, good versus good. And Bob, those would have been great events for us back in the day. I love those bikes. But I probably would be. I mean, you just said 12. I mean, that is an ungodly number right there. Just knowing what you have to do to spill on one of those for 10 seconds max effort. 3-to-1 rest ratio. That's bumpy. But I'd probably be more gassed doing the bikes. Standing around and being joyful, like, that's pretty simple. Doing those bikes, those road echo bikes, that's bumpy.
He is Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Bob said you had some travel issues getting in. Is there any truth to that?
My family did, yeah. So my wife was trying to get us. Yeah, she just wanted to see me. They called the standby list while they were deboarding the plane. They're like, we called you 3 times. Like, can you not see that I was on the plane? That I'm here? They're like, no, we gave them away. So then they end up getting in at like 1:30 in the morning. So again, charge it to winning sometimes, and my daughter's the best because she's just like, Mom, like, being upset's not going to help anything. Just like, go with the flow. Let's go get some food. Like, just totally calm. And but it's good, man. It's good. Got a great week. Got a lot of training ahead. Got the armory is popping, doing some great things, and changing lives, serving people, man. That's what we do.
I mean, we're getting that turf put down at the armory. Is that what we got going on this week?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that we got, we're just, we're doing our athletes, our armory sports performance area, and then it'll be 6,000 square feet of turf and 8 different racks. But it's a good space. It's going to be multi-purpose. But really, what it really does for us is it allows us to really maximize our group fitness room. Because again, regardless of where you are, if you're a Shield member, you get group fitness. So when somebody comes in, they want a lifestyle change. You have an area and a place and classes. We haven't really had that. We've been kind of sharing it. It's been kind of a Band-Aid, but really starting in July, going to blow that up to where everybody has some. Actually put out a survey pretty soon about what do people actually want to do and when can do it. So that way I can make sure that it's all appropriate. And I was actually in there the other day, really in July, as we go and really move the needle on this thing. I've created a menu for people that I'm going to start putting out to where it's, like the Shield lifestyle, but it's, hey, here's your work, here's your life, here's your nutrition, here's your training, here's your recovery. Then you pick and choose how you do it, right? Again, everything has to be measured, right? And so you can't manage it.
You can't just hawk Tui and spit on that thing.
You gotta be, you just don't want to throw it on the wall. You want to make sure that it sticks. And, so it's, again, people have to own, you have to own your own training. You have to own your own recovery. You have to own. People also forget that sleep and nutrition are the number one ways of doing that, right? That's the greatest lifestyle change, easiest thing to do. But when you can write it down on paper, knowing this is what I got to do to be at my max, regardless of what you do, I don't care if you're out there, if you're a janitor or you're a doctor, man. Like, we could all be at our max capacity. There's a great quote by Martin Luther King about a street sweeper. It's like, guess what? Be the best damn street sweeper of all time. And that's kind of what the mentality is for everybody that walks in that door. But super fun, man. Just want to get back, want to educate people, want to serve.
Hey, you'd be so proud of me when we were up in Michigan last week. I didn't do it the first time. I didn't do it the first time, but I did the cold plunge into Lake Michigan, and I thought you'd be super proud of me to hear that.
I am. And how do you feel?
I felt great afterwards. I didn't want to do it. And there were like 75 people collecting rocks on the beach. They all looked at me like I was a psychopath, but I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I just went straight lunging in there.
You know, Meredith was going to shame you. There was no way she was driving you there and then letting you quit. That's the thing, Schlegel. He has a good accountability partner.
Like, I drove you all the way here. You're going to do it, Beam. You're going to do it. You're going to take the plunge.
That is Anthony Schlegel. Go Bucks. Beat cancer.
All right, man. I love you guys.
There goes Anthony Schlegel with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Good job on Shark for editing that. He had some phone issues last night that we were working through, but Sharky, as a pro, did a nice job. Buckeyes continue to stay hot on the recruiting trail. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Traffic is stop and go because of a crash this morning on US 33 westbound before Bixby Road. You'll find the right lane blocked and traffic stop and go from Bowen. Also, a stall on 670 eastbound at State Route 315. It's on the right shoulder, but traffic does slow heading by. On the south side, 71 northbound between Greenlawn and 70, traffic is heavy and slow. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Did somebody say free diamond bracelet? That's right. Diamonds Direct is expanding upon their best offer yet. Make any purchase this month and receive a free diamond tennis bracelet valued at $2,000. That's right. Any engagement ring, any diamond necklace, any timepiece. Purchase any item valued at $10,000 or more and receive a stunning diamond tennis bracelet at no extra cost. Every purchase of $10,000 or more qualifies. So hurry into Diamonds Direct. Your chance to get a free tennis bracelet ends June 30th. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
It's time that we face the facts when it comes to organ, eye, and tissue donation. It exists to save and heal lives. It's a way to look out for one another, to continue a legacy and give the gift of a fuller future, the gift of life.
But what about the barriers around organ donation?
Cost, age, religion, race, or health status are not factors that can get in the way. All it really takes is one epic yes. Register today to become an organ, eye, and tissue donor at donatelifeohio.org.
Picture this, the perfect summer barbecue. No stress, no responsibilities, just all your friends, burgers sizzling, hot dogs cooking, Pepsi Zero Sugar fizzing, and a backyard of very, very happy people. Oh yeah, we could get used to this. Very, very used to this. Pepsi, the official beverage of Grills Night Out. Summer grilling just got better with new Pepsi Lime and Pepsi Peach. Available for a limited time.
The Fan is your home for the Dallas Cowboys.
No, we're not. You can't say that. Take two.
The Fan is your home of the Buckeyes. Yes, that's right. Same thing, but more playoff success. Now give Big Voice Guy another brandy. Thank you. The Fan.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too. That's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar.
See for yourself when you sign up today and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A dry start to the morning with about a 20% chance of afternoon showers. Temperatures will get up to about 88 today. Today we get down to 70 degrees under partly cloudy skies. And then on your Wednesday, look for some heavy rain developing by the afternoon. There could be some small hail and gusty winds. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment around 8:35, Uncle Beau, he's going to pop on the program, as he always does, coming up here on Tuesday. Hey, before we do anything else, let's do this.
Oh, boy. You hear the song, you know what it means. It means it's an appetizer Tuesday, which means it's a Threes Day at Roosters, and the featured appetizer, $3 all day long. It's cheese covered in crispy, crunchy cheddar coating, deep fried and served with sour cream or spicy ranch with hot sauce, whatever you want. So good you'll wish you were a kid again. It's mac and cheese bites, the favorite of Anthony Schlegel. They're $3 all day long. And now, Beam, we're going to ask you a question. If you answer the question right, sometime between now and hopefully Thanksgiving, you're going to get a Roosters gift card for $50 to go there, maybe get some mac and cheese bites, maybe get one of their new Nashville hot chicken sandwiches, which is also delicious.
614-821-9710. That's the phone number. You call into Shark. You get the correct answer. That's what he said, and you're going to be walking away with a $50 gift card to Roosters. We got Lathan Ransom in studio in the 7 o'clock hour. His mom has a pretty awesome accolade in sports. What is that accolade? 614-821-9710. That's the phone number. He was talking about that. You get that into Shark, and you're going to be walking away with a $50 gift card to Roosters. It deals with basketball, too, because he was saying he was playing his dad in basketball.
Yeah.
He'd be up 9-2. They were playing till 11. All he had to do was listen.
I mean,
yeah, they were playing till 11. It'd be 9-2. Lathan would be winning, and then his dad would just back him down.
Which was the greatest story ever.
Yeah,
and Lathan's like, "Come on, old man, that's not gay. All you can do is back down your son," which is what I would expect Lathan to say. If okay, we were playing, Dad. I'm taking you to the rack, probably a little quicker than his dad at that point, and now I'm just gonna literally old man you, back you down, Paul Pierce style into the post, turn to get you a layup.
Do you guys do board games in your house?
Do you really? Is that a setup?
I'm just asking.
Who put you up to that question?
No, I'm thinking in my house like what it's going to be, and like yeah, I mean it depends on like what William is going to get into, whether it be soccer, baseball, golf, whatever, But I really do think that like board games are a good way to start a war in our house, and he's going to be forged in the fire. I'm sorry, is this a counseling session?
It really is.
Yeah.
Some of the great all-time fights in the Carpenter household have been started. I don't like to waste all our good content on one day, Beam. And this might end up being an epic show. We had Lathan on. Schlegel is all over the place. We're going to have Beau up after this. But, I mean, not all, but probably 90% of the epic fights in my house have started due to board games.
Yeah.
Cards Against Humanity, categories, stuff like, especially now, more so even as adults.
Oh, it's even worse as adults.
When we were younger, you flipped the Monopoly board, you're cheating at Uno.
I refuse to play Monopoly. I'm never doing it again in my life.
My wife, I'm not allowed to play anymore. And I told people, they're like, let's go and play. I'm like, no, I don't. It's not good. It's not good
for me.
Unless I have to say I don't care at all about the result. But if you want this to be like competitive, we can't play for anything. Because if you play, then it's competitive. Then then I'm keeping score. And I'm talking fist fights, Beam. Like throwing cards at each other, people getting up.
Yeah.
As us with grown men, like either married or engaged at the time. Like it's some of the worst showings of our family. Like one of the most epic fights we ever had that was literally like a Royal Rumble with multiple people getting engaged, foreign objects being drawn, like in the kitchen of my parents' house.
Good.
at about 1:30 in the morning after heavily consuming libations.
What were you playing? What was the game?
Is it? It's the one.
You couldn't have gotten that fired up about Cards Against Humanity.
Well, I love. Was that the one where you rank? Someone picks. I forget which game it is. It's not maybe not Cards Against Humanity. Apples to Apples.
Okay.
Is that the one where like people vote?
Like I think so.
You vote, and I don't like it because it's a subjective measure. Because I know that mine was the best, but people will conspire just because you didn't think it was funny. Okay. And so I don't like subjectively measured games.
Thank God you've never played Risk.
I need one where this is the right answer, this is the winner. Not, oh, we're going to vote on who's the best. Because you're an idiot, and I don't think your vote should count. I don't think you should be able to vote in any elections, let alone vote against my apples to apples answer. And I love you. You're a family member of mine.
But right now, there's no other person in this world that I hate more in the world than you.
If you're going to tell me that that's what you think is best, I'm questioning your intelligence.
So
that started a mini war. I mean, it was bad. Really bad.
So we would go over to one of my buddy's house in high school, and he had 4 brothers. And I've told you about this guy. He was also
it's about part of what we're doing.
He was also the fellow that tried to wear gym shorts into diamonds. If it gives you any idea of how he operates as a human being. And
I only have one other dude I know who's ever worn mesh shorts or sweatpants into it.
Well, he wasn't allowed. Like the bouncer was like, "You're a weirdo, man. Like get out of here." And
so you have underwear on with that? Of course not.
We would go over to his house and we would play with all of his brothers, and we would play Risk. And you want to talk about some hostile moments. To this day, like if we decide we're going to play Risk, there is a good chance for the next 3 to 5 days that there will be no speaking in our household for what goes on in that board.
It's so great.
My blood pressure goes through the roof when I play board games. Catan is fine because it's a dumbed down version of Risk, and like it's okay. I get over that quickly. Risk games, I'm like Cersei Lannister. I want to watch the world burn. In that, I'll be in a great spot, Bob. I'll have a couple of lynch points, anchor points. I'm good. I'm protecting my continents. Someone attacks some random force, and I'm like, all right, well, you wanted to deal with this. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm resetting the game.
Yeah,
is what I'm gonna do. Jeez. I'm resetting the game. It's
bad.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good character trait.
Well, especially as you get older, the libations make it far worse. Like because it elevates the intensity, the emotional element. All of it comes into play, Beam, and it.
Sharky, who is the winner of our $50 Roosters gift card? The text did not go through.
What do you mean it didn't go through?
It didn't go through. It's not on my phone. I'm looking at my phone right now. It doesn't say anything.
Yeah, it didn't come through for me either.
Got blank spaces in here.
Yeah.
Sharks.
I don't know who I sent it to. I obviously didn't send it to you. It was Seth from Westerville.
Good job, Seth Westerville.
Lathan's
what
mom.
Was the answer?
Lathan's mom was inducted into, or had her jersey retired at her high school in their for basketball.
That's right. Good job out of him. By the way, Buckeyes doing good on the recruiting trail again. Defensive end Zion Grady committing to Ohio State. 6'4", 235. Went down, did some big game hunting in Alabama, Bob, right between Auburn and Alabama, too. So that was some big news for the Buckeyes and the latest commit that happened yesterday. Uncle Beau, he's going to join us. We'll talk a little board game fights, perhaps House the Dragon with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
With an accident on 33 westbound before Bixby Road blocking the right lane, traffic is stop and go from Bowen Road, so give yourself some extra time. We also have a crash Henderson Road at North High Street and an accident on Rich Street at 5th. On the north side, 71 southbound slows between Morse Road and 5th Avenue. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Save $40 on any repair of $150 or more at AAA Car Care Plus. Not a member? Not a problem. Everyone can save on auto repair at AAA Car Care Plus locations. Offer ends March 30th. See store for details.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Hi, this is Ron from the Good Feet store. Are you standing on painful feet all day? Don't lose hope. We want to help you live without pain. Discover your option and visit goodfeet.com.
Welcome to Meijer. This week, you can buy 5, save $5.
With so many mouths to feed, I love the buy 5, save $5 sale.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can mix or match more than 1,500 items, like Pepperidge Farm Classic Buns, Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable, and Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
Ooh, I'll look for those and lots more. Thanks.
Buy 5, save $5 this week at Meijer, and pay the same low price in-store and online. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at. And make this a summer to share and save. With a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text LIKE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text LIKE to 42424. That's LIKE to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Here's the law here. Tuesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Sharp. Time to check in with our favorite uncle.
Beau knows bourbon. Beau knows fashion. Beau knows horseback riding. But most importantly, Beau knows Browns.
Sponsored by Whiskey War, by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank.
Hey, first of all, thanks for the time, Unc. Good to talk to you.
Thank God you're back.
Yeah.
Deal with that for 2 weeks.
I feel refreshed.
Thank God you're back.
What's
dulcet tones of Beam. Thank God.
What are the rules and regulations for board games in your house?
Have
you gotten to a point of vitriol yet?
So we play the farming game the most. That's the most fun board game that's ever been created.
What is that?
Yeah, I've never heard of this game.
Oh,
just a Montana game, like kind of like Schrute Farms.
It's a little bit. I want to say it was created by some dude in Washington, and we played it as kids. So there's like as many as 5 or 6 players. You have to have.
It's just called the farming game.
The farming game, yeah. Okay. You can harvest corn, wheat, cherries, apples. You can have cows. You can have hay. And then you deal with all sorts of calamities that come over the course of a given year. So the game board is the year, right? So it's like spring planting, and that's when you can acquire stuff, and you've got to make sure that you have harvesters, for example, would be a risk. If you don't have them, then you got to pay somebody to do it. You got to get some custom cutters in there to handle that. So that type of operation. Then you roll the dice for your harvest. So obviously 6 better than 1, and so you can crush it. I would always go a heavy fruit and grain would be my operation. Fruit, high potential for profit, but also risky. And then the grain is kind of the most stable, and you have the most hits on the board to hit. Cattle's a lot of fun. You can have a lot of cows, but it's a short window in terms of the slaughter. So you got to make sure you land on it, because you're not necessarily going to get it every time around, and your debt can start to mount. So we play that probably once, two or three times. The kids would want to do it like every month, but it takes a little bit of time to set up.
It's like Monopoly, yeah.
Yeah, except
I like. No, this sounds better. I like this, Beau.
I think it might be better. I think your family would love it, Bob.
No, this is this is how we got started on this, because we started talking about Lathan. We had Lathan on today, and he was talking about playing his dad, and he's super competitive. And I don't know how that transitioned into board games and playing it. Like, I can't. B-Mass, do you like board games? Like, do you family?
It's a real therapy session over here.
It's I've. My wife will not play board games with me with my family anymore. And like, we get together with my brothers, like the last giant fight we had, and I'm talking Royal Rumble, foreign objects being pulled. It's Saturday night, January 10th, like 2015, 2:30 in the morning. Well, maybe like about 12:30. My parents are coming back from a wedding. They walk into like literally Royal Rumble. And as you get older, the problem is, when you play now with like spouses, then if you throw it in, like we're talking Cards Against Humanity, Apples to Apples, Schlegel, like people start casting aspersions then at your spouse, so then you have to obviously defend them.
Right, and defend their honor.
And like you say things you don't mean, everybody's overserved. It's just, and God bless my one sister-in-law who grew up with like 2 sisters, or just a sister, just her sister, and like, it's D'Antonio's daughter, and they have like a great, like happy, like they have like a happy family, as opposed to let's play this board game. It'll be really fun. I'm like, I don't think you realize what you're getting into. It's basically like it's Walter Solchek at the lanes. You're entering a world of pain. Like, this is not going to end well. Yeah, it's not going to end well. So that's why I was curious. Like, do you play with the blondes? I know she has 2 sisters. You have a couple brothers. Like, so that's not a family at night get together. Holidays, overserve each other, start yelling, and then you pick at each other's insecurities while you do it.
A little bit of poker usually, if there's that type of operation, if it's like a big family thing. On my side, we would do the farming game a lot. So we have 3. We have the farm for the kids, and then we play with the kids. So we'll play farming game. We'll play a little bit of Monopoly. Farming game is better than Monopoly, I think.
Banned in our house, Monopoly.
Yeah, it takes too long. It takes forever. Yeah. Like I do have like some house rules, like on free parking, like we put all of the times you get hit with like a fine. I put that money in free parking, so there's a little bit of juice in the game. So I'll do that. And then we played the game. I used to love the game of life. And then I got that for the kids. And in the old days, you had to be like a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, or something else. And you didn't have a say in what you were going to be. Like, it was just a roll of the dice. So I got this new version. Everyone's a millionaire. There's no penalty for anything. You get money. I'm like, this is not life. Like, this should be arduous. This should be brutal. This should be an up at dawn siege.
I'm an influencer.
Right. It's like everybody ends up a millionaire at the end of it. And you get paid for having kids. I'm like, that's not how it works.
What? You start selling your kids?
Yeah. Like, as soon as you have a kid, it's like, oh yeah, you get $100,000 because you had a kid.
What?
Wait, what?
That would be nice.
It goes the other way.
Yes. You lose $100,000 and you lose sleep. You're less productive.
Everything. For sure, years off your life.
Give up your weekends.
Yes. It's awful.
How do you think the Targaryen game would go? A board game night at their house.
All right.
I know you're going to do it.
We're up to speed.
Yeah, we've done it.
I don't want to. So we'll do it at 9:45. But I'll just say this: I think that there is that somebody should have gotten a hold of those folks when they started this thing, and just said, "You're going to have a couple years to tell this story, a couple seasons to tell this story. Maybe take a little bit more time."
Yeah.
With all the stuff that happened in the first season, like 30 years of history, because now it feels like there's not a whole lot of intrigue here. Like, I'm meeting commoners. I don't need to meet a commoner. I don't need to meet a guy who's building a ship or a blacksmith's family.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like
he's
gonna come into it at some point, though.
Sir Davos, maybe.
Yeah, the Onion Knight.
It's maybe, I don't know. So I'm a little bit like, it feels kind of slow moving now. And then my big beef with it is like, because I don't know who everybody is because they blew through it so quickly.
Yeah, you got to rewatch.
I find that like I don't really care that there's an infant beheading. Like it doesn't. I'm kind of like, okay, I don't even know who that was. I don't know. Did I just meet him for 8 seconds?
Yeah,
screwing around. It kind of seemed like a little jerk in the room. Like, maybe parent better. I don't know.
We tried to bring him to that inter-council meeting. He wanted the horsey ride.
The kid was
master
like a punk. He's got to. Who would that be? Like whose grandfather would that be? Of there's Cersei's people.
Tywin.
Tywin.
It would be like Tywin's grandpa or something who was there.
Well, like Otto Hightower has a real like Tywin feel, trying to govern Joffrey with Aegon or Aegon and how it's all going.
Tywin would have slapped Joffrey if he mouthed off to him like that.
Probably the most disappointing thing though is Sir Kirsten. Like he has now become everything that he hated, and I'm like, it's so quickly. Like I wanted to kind of like you, and you became a terrible villain to me.
So give me the Reader's Digest. Why does he hate so bad about what he's become?
Well, because in the first season he was espousing like, I'm not going to be this guy. I'm above reproach. That's why him and
Rhaenyra hook it up with the other one too.
Rhaenyra. Well, that's why they had their falling out, because he claimed that he was never going to be anything that he is now, and he basically became all of that with Allison and everything else. So I'm like, dude, you were on your high horse, and then he goes and yells at one of the twins like, where are you at?
Cast him away to go
on a suicide mission. He thinks he's John Rambo.
Power corrupts, man. I mean, like you get near it, and he's really near it. So
Hand of the king.
Now you're running things. So I think it's. You just think about, there was a scene yesterday. I watched it last night before the hockey, and there was an hour scene, or there was about a 20-minute scene between Damon and Rhaenyra, and it was just talking. They were acting crazy, but it was just talking, and I really enjoyed like the intrigue of that. But also like there isn't much palace intrigue left. Like we have assigned our two black and green, and we're going to fight, and it all kind of leads to that. So I think there's a lot of good. I guess. To sum up, I think there's a lot of really good stuff in season 1 that should have been allowed to breathe a little bit, like so that we had a better understanding, and so that some of these losses felt heavier, because they don't feel that heavy to me. Like the twin thing felt like it should have been a really big deal, but I don't know. I guess I hardly know those guys.
Yeah, so I thought there were some great lines last night when I watched too. When was it Aemon? Aemon is in like the brothel and he's talking to the lady. And he's like, I lost my temper. I shouldn't have done that. He was talking to the lady of the night. That's what he was doing. He was curled up. He was having a good time. And she goes, well, when princes have temper tantrums, the small folk suffer. And the next scene was like the rat catchers on the wall. I'm like, well, there you go. That was a pretty good line out of her.
By the way, find somebody some chef at the Red Keep to get that guy a cheeseburger.
He is.
Wait, 86 pounds?
Yeah.
Did you see him curled up? He looked emaciated.
Yeah.
I was you mentioned you watched the hockey, which last night my boys, like, we sat and watched it. They were locked into it. I made them go to bed and at the start of the third, so it was taking forever. But I mean, I don't know if I've seen. I mean, for Game 7, that was about, Beau, as good as you were going to get, and I was pretty happy for Bob to kind of have the redemption of really laying an egg for 3 straight games.
Yeah, and I think like you were a professional athlete, Bob. Like. And I had a cocktail, so I don't know the exact minute mark, but it felt like McDavid didn't come off the ice for like the last 5 minutes.
He didn't. I think he played. I think he 12 minutes in the last period, it seemed like.
So, like, can you imagine, like, I don't even know what the equivalent of that is, to not break, to just play nonstop for like, he had no legs at the end. And obviously, like, he just ran out of steam, and McDonough did a great job kind of bringing that to light. But, like, the greatest player on the planet, and he would not come off the ice to try to get to try to tie the damn thing. No, it was incredible theater, incredible stuff.
Uncle, always appreciate the time. Great to talk to you. Have a fantastic. Thank you. Have a fantastic show today. We'll check in again next week. All right.
All right, boys. Take care.
There goes Uncle Beau with us every single Tuesday. At this time, we're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
With an accident on 33 westbound before Bixby Road blocking the right lane, traffic is stop and go from Bowen Road. So give yourself some extra time. We also have a crash Henderson Road at North High Street and an accident on Rich Street at 5th. On the north side, 71 southbound slows between Morse Road and 5th Avenue. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
It's a red, white, and cool sale at Logan Services. Red hot savings up to $2,700 off a train system. And take advantage of 0% APR financing for 72 months. And pick one freebie for extra home comfort this summer. Plus, check out tax credits up to $2,600. With a system for every home and every budget, it's hard to stop a train. Find us online and book your free estimate now. Fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
Hey, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Sale. Hello. Save up to 50% on outdoor furniture and indoor essentials and have your best summer.
Oh, how about storage for my inflatable flamingos?
We've got you covered. Let's turn your space into a summer haven with space for birds.
Awesome.
Visit us in store from June 12th to July 9th or at ikea-usa.com/midsummer. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and ikea-usa.com/midsummer for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Need parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts has fast. Need them now? We've got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When it comes to your roof, there's really one team to call, Newman Roofing. From the first call to the final nail, our team of professionals will be there every step of the way, answering any questions you have throughout the entire process. So give Newman Roofing a call today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the dopes at The Fan.
Do you know someone struggling to figure out their mental health benefits? The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to help. Find us at insurance.ohio.gov/GETMHIA or call us at 855-438-6442. Don't wait. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office can help you figure out what mental health insurance benefits may be in their plan. Call us today at 855-438-6442.
It's a summer savings extravaganza at Kemba Financial Credit Union. You pick how you want your money to grow. Choose a limited time 13-month certificate at up to 5.25% annual percentage yield to lock in your savings with a $500 minimum deposit. Or enjoy access to your funds anytime with a money market at 4.75% APY intro rate until October 31st with a $5,000 minimum balance and a $1 million maximum. Visit Kemba.org for details. Restrictions apply. Advantage status required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today. Visit Lowe's.com/Messi for more details.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of afternoon showers, high 88. Tonight, we'll get down to 70 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Heading into your Wednesday, look for a dry start to the morning with some heavy rain developing into Wednesday afternoon. The temperature tomorrow will be about 85. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robshod with your Doppler 10 forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Spending money on to replace our home's windows, well, it's really something we get all that excited about. We usually do it because our energy bills, like last week, we're getting hammered. Our current windows, well, they just don't look all that good. When you go work with a local Pella Columbus team, your eyes like mine, they'll be open. New windows, they can legitimately change the entire look of your home. They're like the eyes on your house. They can look beautiful and they can help church it up. They've got colors and styles like I've never seen. It changes everything. So go check them out at PellaColumbus.com. That's PellaColumbus.com.
I'd highly suggest you go listen to the podcast today or rewatch us on the YouTube. We had a busy one, right? I mean, Schlegel appeared a couple of times with us. Lathan Ransom joined us in the 7 o'clock hour for what was really good stuff out of him. And then Uncle Beau just finished wrapping up. Had a little Game of Thrones talk in there, too, with what was going on. Some Stanley Cup talk. All kinds of good stuff on there today.
Oh, tons of fun.
Board game feuds.
Tons of fun.
I feel like we haven't even peeled back like the layers. Of the board
there's
games.
There's a lot of stuff that's going to come up probably tomorrow about that. I was taking some notes. We didn't have enough time to let the board game discussion breathe about where that ultimately goes and how that looks. But there's a lot that we can dive into with it.
Oh, of course there is, man. Least favorite, most favorite.
Well, it's just more like even stories about family feuds, if you will.
Literally family feuds.
Yeah. I mean, it's more than a feud. A feud to me is a verbal argument. This is more like a family fight.
So Meredith's dad, before he passed away, they would play card games a lot, and they would do board games a little bit. So we were playing Yahtzee up in Michigan when we were on vacation. William was down for bed. We'd play Yahtzee, and first couple of rolls of the game, like I got my large straight and a Yahtzee. So I'm like, I'm going to win this game. And then I didn't get my points bonus on the top, and then I kind of crashed and burned throughout the game. But it always brings me back to this story. So Meredith's dad, again, before he passed away, he got so bothered by Yahtzee and the cup and like the rattle and the rattling.
He didn't like the general rattling.
He didn't like the general rattling of the Yahtzee cup, right? Like the dice roller. So what did he do? What was his strategy? Bob, he lined the cup with felt.
Felt?
He lined the Yahtzee cup with felt. And so when we pulled the Yahtzee game out of the box up there, because they have one that is down at their house in Dayton, and they have the one that is up there in Michigan at their place, and everybody was so bummed that the one that is felt lined is down at the house in Dayton. I'm like, well, how often do we play Yahtzee at the house in Dayton? We should bring that up here because I feel like Yahtzee's more of like a summertime game anyway.
It is. Well, as you're on vacation, you're hanging out, you try to stay off the TV, have some conversations. Like, that's great. Yeah, you better get the felt one up there or beam in honor of your late father-in-law. Maybe you could line that one with felt.
I could. Yeah, I could do that.
Just trim it out there. I'm sure you use some sort of hot glue gun, glue it in, and there you go.
I'm more adept to keeping my cool in card games than I am board games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really lose my mind over like a euchre hand or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm fine with all of that.
Euchre's fine with me. Like rummy, I get maybe a little bit upset if like someone beats me to the punch and like goes out before me, but card games I am fine with losing. Board games, not so much.
I don't know why. Yeah, because I'm good with card games. Like I don't.
It's because they're so quick and like I think you play a lot of them, so maybe it really doesn't like matter that much in the end. Shark, I mean, your family's competitive. You were all pretty high level athletes. How's the Howell family holidays and board game evenings?
We have a long history of playing euchre.
Yeah.
I mean, that dates back to before I was born, and we turned that into bid euchre, and now we have a version called Big Horse, Little Horse.
So I love that you've
What is bid euchre?
Well, bid. So then you have to call your books. It's kind of like spades a little bit.
Yeah, you're betting on how many tricks you'll take in bid euchre.
Okay.
Big Horse, Little
It's
Horse.
kind of like Shark on Saturday nights.
Hey-o.
So we do this Big Horse, Little Horse tournament every year at Deer Creek.
That's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
isn't
every year since 1988. I was the original winner, my partner and I, and we have a big trophy and everything. So
what is huge. Big Horse? So we're asking.
Big Horse, Little Horse is 4 players, 2 teams of 2, and you get dealt 8 cards each. So
Is it a euchre deck?
Yeah, it's 2 right bowers, 2 left bowers, no 9s and 10s, just jacks through aces, and you've got 2 decks. So 8 jacks, 8 queens, 8 kings.
Oh, okay. So you're playing with 2 decks. I was going to say that you wouldn't have enough cards for that.
So we do that. Now, my favorite board game of all time is Monopoly, but no one will play me anymore because I win. I just win. I've read books on it and everything.
No, you haven't.
I do. I have Monopoly books at home.
How do you strategize a dice rolling game?
It's
of what to buy, I'm sure, and when to buy it. So here's my problem with that. I don't know who I have a bigger problem with, the person that's reading a Monopoly book or the person that wrote a book on how to play Monopoly. Because there's a lot of issues we got to.
I'm like that, Bob. I read like 3 or 4 before I started playing blackjack at the casino. I read like 4 books.
Yeah, but that's a game that you're playing for money, and it's all odds based. And there's like a technique and a strategy for that. That if you play it perfect, you get to like 48-ish%.
Yes, it is the
best odds.
The best odds in the casino are blackjack.
If you play it perfectly, though.
Yes, you have to play it perfectly, and that gets you your 48% you're talking about.
Or you can count cards like you do, Shark. Today's
I can't do that with an 8 card deck.
I can't even remember to tell me about the reads. You think you could remember what cards came out
Today's
20 hands ago?
At 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. How'd you feel about Sergei Bobrovsky hoisting the Stanley Cup? Like a jealous ex? Loved it? Hated it? Don't care. I was good with it. I was happy. I was happy for him, man. That guy's won 2 Vezinas. Well, he's got himself into the Hall of Fame now. He won his cup.
If they lost, I at least wanted him to play well. He had gotten shelled the last 3 games, and I have no hate for Bob. No. I mean, I thought he did a good job here, and I wouldn't say I'm happy for him, but I hate watching any athlete get smoked like that.
Bob, I had so much fun with you. What do you say we do some more board game therapy tomorrow if they allow us? You good with that?
We can do that.
Everybody have a great day. Uncle Bo and the boys are up next. We're back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Wrapping up the morning drive, you're still slow. US 33 westbound before Bixby Road. There's an accident in the right lane, so here's stop and go from Bowen Road. Also, be aware of a crash on South High Street near Whittier. And slowdowns today. State Road 161 westbound between Johnstown Road and Hamilton Road. Also, you're slow on the south side, 71 northbound between Greenlawn Avenue and 70. I'm Heather Pasco for 97.1.
It's a Fan Action Update.
The Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup in Game 7 last night, 2-1. Prior to the start of the season, the Panthers were 20-1 to win the Stanley Cup. Since 1984, Florida becomes only the 5th team with 20-1 odds or higher in the preseason to go on and win it. The Blue Jackets open up 300-1 to win the Stanley Cup next year. For your Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
We go to war for you.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Scherger of Scherger Shannara Trial Attorneys. Remember, when you're in a legal battle, we're your warriors. Call Scherger Shannara Trial Attorneys at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. Know your rights, because results matter. warforyou.com. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you, warforyou.com.
Chaps here. Did you know most Awaken 180 referrals come straight from doctors? That's right. From primary care to cardiologists, even orthopedic physicians, they're all seeing the results and recommending Awaken 180 as a safer alternative to medications. Why? Because it's not just about losing weight. It's about maintaining a healthy balance, especially that tricky GLP-1 hormone. Forget injections or daily pills. GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180 offers a proven non-medication solution that's doable. It's faster than meds, healthier than meds, and it is designed to keep your weight off. Just look at the numbers. 95 pounds gone for me, and I've kept it off. 50 for Austin Ward in just 10 weeks, and Scotty Vegas dropped 45. So if your doc is nudging you towards another prescription, ask about swapping those injections for GLP-1 Balance by Awaken 180. Trust me, it was one of the best decisions I have ever made. I'm still receiving their free support for life. Visit awaken180weightloss.com today. Doctor recommended, Chops approved.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225. 800-777